gonna get back when I feel like you know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word, right? You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like you know I don't play. Put up a good fight. Just give me good fight. Damn right. You know I play right. Put up a good fight. You know I don't play right.
Another veteran versus a rising young talent. Well done, gets into the pocket. Flames are shooting at the back. Big angle, he turns it up, man. These guys are going for it. That final inside clip. Working in the smoke, well done. Round of applause.
Welcome everybody to a beautiful backdrop that is Road Atlanta. This is round one of the Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. Also round two of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Double duty here at this iconic track. That keyhole, the horseshoe, we use many different nicknames, but we know it as the birthplace of Formula Drift 23 years ago. It all began here in 2004 with different degrees of cars. Maybe half the horsepower of the machines you're going to see. And with the introduction of PROSPEC a few years ago, we had Pro 2, now PROSPEC, the evolution and the ladder of professional drifting here in the United States has absolutely transformed into what we see here today. Thank you so much for joining us here. Again, we saw rain, we saw wind, we saw it all. And we're about to see who comes out on top. So crack open a rock star and come party with me, Jared Dienda, Matt Sopa, ready to party out here on track. A lot of nerves, a lot of rookies. We saw our seating brackets yesterday, and now we've whittled it down to 32 drivers ready to do competition in what we call PROSPEC. Why is it PROSPEC? Well, they're professional drivers with spec vehicles. They all run GT radials. They obviously all run Link Engine Management Systems. Matt Sopa, you're a builder, fabricator, a driver yourself, so thank you for your insight. Let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look back at yesterday. Some standouts. Obviously, this is as we are looking at Pro. This was Adam LZ, notably under the lights, and this is what we're going to see later on today.
Yeah, there's, you know, we've seen a lot of cars battle the temperature change here, which is always a thing we talk about just about every round where the temperature drops, the grip goes up, and drivers that can adapt to that quick changing are always doing well here. Forsberg filling out that 5. That's where we're going to talk a lot about that transition from 4 to 5 here as we look at now. Mr. Who do we got there? Sorensen. Yeah, in that new livery.
Yeah,
it threw me off here with the everything else, and none other than James Dean. So, yeah, second time we've seen
the Wally, the introduction of the digital judge. And this is something, you know, it's interesting how, you know, drivers, just the evolution of it from dials to obviously, you know, with judging, the spirit of it. So the introduction of the Wally in judging, and then it will be utilized as an aid in both the head-to-head competitions. But it shows a great wealth of knowledge and insight and perspective as far as where the cars need to be. But there are 3 judges that are going to be scrutinizing the runs. But that was last night under the lights. We're going to see that today because we start here in 32. We have a halftime break where our fans can cruise around, check it out, go support the sponsors that support the series, and then eventually we'll find out who wins here. Round 1 of 4, which I got to say is definitely more difficult because every round, every run matters.
It's so weighted, Jared. And not only we got, 3 new tracks for PROSPEC. Let's take a look at the bracket here. We got our heats on the heats 1 through 4. Dimitri Brutskiy against Matt Shulman. Ryan Kaufman, Matt Bystrak, Adam Knapik going against Braden Loans, who was just throwing in absolute heaters yesterday.
15 years old.
Good night. Cameron Sorensen against Brian Hopp. Colin Zielinski against Jason Webb. Colin Davis against rookie Dustin Farrell. Adam Heishman, Dustin Miles. Rahimi against
Amanda and Maghmoumi.
That's going to
be a good one.
There was some other in here. We got... I think that was it.
AC Kohl, Kelsey Rowlings.
There's also a possible Sorensen finals if you know, that should be pretty cool.
Yeah. Jerry Johnson, a very fun-loving young man, and the young buck. This is him right here. So you're talking about Mr. Lawn, and this is a gentleman that I've never seen drive before. But I mean, what a fantastic driver. Again, Maghmoumi, we know what he's capable of. We saw him debut in Long Beach at the Grand Prix many moons ago, and he's played an integral role not just in his own program, but in many others' programs.
Right.
Talking about Shanahan and both the Shanahan brothers, to be quite
just
honest.
Standing up those slant sixes and these BMWs and making purebreds out of them. I love it. And like I said yesterday, he's such a positive dude. Just look at him there. Congratulating Joe. That's the spirit of drifting. So, yeah. Let's throw it down.
Yeah, it's really cool to see all the talent. And join us here, another member of our broadcast team, Mrs. Lorette Nickel. Lorette.
Well, I am so excited. Opening day for PROSPEC Series, and this gentleman finished 4th last season, coming into Atlanta looking to make a big splash. What's that pressure like for you?
Yeah, coming into the season, almost winning the championship last year for those who watched, and then winning Atlanta here. We come into this round, and it's like the pressure of, even if I want to put it aside, it's like we want to back-to-back. I want to make my team proud. I want to show the fans that we can continue to do it, and we want to make the jump to pro. So it's heavy, but it's a lot of fun. I like taking the responsibility of showing what we can do.
But you got it. You can handle that pressure, and that pressure is going on yourself, that you're putting on yourself for sure. But talk about pressure, because the start to this day has been pretty tricky. What's been happening with you and your team?
Yeah, we showed up a day early in Atlanta like we always do, ready to go. And it rained Thursday practice. We thought we were going to sit it out. I got a gut feeling I wanted to make a run. We made a run in practice, and we totaled the whole front of the car. We almost thought we were going to write it off, and the weekend was done. And my team spent 14 straight hours rebuilding the entire front of the car, refabbing intercooler, piping, re-welding the entire exhaust manifold together, and straightening the whole front of the car with hammers, their weight, trucks, everything. And so this morning practice and warm-up was our first laps of the weekend, but we feel good. Car feels good.
I'm so glad that you feel good. Did you get any rest, and where's your confidence at?
We got a ton of rest. Honestly, the team was efficient enough. We got done at 2 a.m. We're blessed enough to be a late schedule today, so I feel really good. I just needed that one lap to feel the track, feel the grip level, and we got 3 in practice this morning, and feels just like last year.
Amazing. And if you folks watch F1 and you saw the MSC cruise ship, this man right here designed it. How many floors was that?
For F1 Miami, we built a 5-story yacht. 5-story, almost 280 feet long, and that was the MSC Cruise activation for F1. So for those of you who saw the coverage or was there, that was done by our team, and it's exciting. Something's got to pay for all this crazy stuff we do. So yeah, it's cool to tell a story sometimes what we do.
Amazing. So I just wanted to brag on this guy because I thought that was really cool. So Corey Talaska, you might remember, he was our winner from last year in Atlanta and looking to do the same. Guys.
Thank you so much. Awesome. I love that. And Lorette just got back from F1. That's what she brought it up. So obviously just the diversity runs deep here, from designers and hosts and drivers and all that. So very, very cool. Speaking of drivers, this is how our 2026 PROSPEC Championship schedule is looking, obviously here in Atlanta. But 3 brand new tracks.
Yeah, no doubt.
For our 26th season. Yes, we've been to Vegas many moons ago, but Stafford, Connecticut, a brand new track, a brand new venue. Indianapolis, a new track, a new region. So excited to kind of feed that region and that area. And then we're going back to Sin City, which we haven't been to FD in 10 plus years, but we cut our teeth out in the parking lot. Now we're going to the bull ring. So bring out Toro. Who's bringing the weapon? Yeah, and that's where we're going to crown our 2026 Formula Drift Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. Walk us through the keys of victory.
Yeah, Chase lead got their responsibilities. The Chase driver is going to adapt to the driver in the track on both parties. So well-timed and executed transition, especially on that Chase driver. You can if you can time that, you're going to really shine the judges on. And committed to the momentum and large angle as a method of slowing down into outer zone 5. And I was talking about it a little bit in the opening, where 4 to 5, we don't want to see a lot of handbrake and adjustments there. Just use the angle to slow the car down and get into that zone, because it's a tricky spot coming up that hill and then having to, you're just going full bananas up the hill, and then you got to kind of not pump the brakes a little bit, just use some other methods to get the car in control.
And you got to think momentum, and you see the elevation change from the top of the hill, going down in the valley, rising back up, and then working your way back down. So the car dynamics definitely changes. Here is what we're looking at as far as a D-cell map, and this came up in conversation with the drivers, meaning both Pro and PROSPEC.
Yeah, so coming down, you get zone 1 is a full decel area. They're obviously initiating there, and then you're going to go through zone 2, which is our first inner clip there, and then you're going to fire up the hill through zone 3. That's our second inner clip there. And when we're talking about the zone 4 to 5, you can see that's a very great decel area there. That's where we're talking about the angle of the car wanting to move there. You can see no decel there from 4 to 5, and then through the keyhole there a little bit. When then come back down, you're going to have a little bit of decel right before the finish line through that zone 8, which is also our last inner clip.
Let's talk about the use of the Race Data Lab telemetry. So, you know, we have different qualifying formats for ProSpec and Pro, so it switches to a tool for the judges, okay? So keep that in mind. It is a tool, it's an aid, it's telling you the telemetry. I mean, this is literally, it serves as a judge's best tool and the ultimate truth teller. We talk about the truth serum, but the eyes can sometimes feel it's deceiving different angles, but fault for contact, tire drops, decel and excel areas, because it's showing you decel and excel. The judges are going to be utilizing that, and then it bypasses the smoke and other obstacles. Whatever sort of wizardry the Race Data Labs uses, I'm not going to get into that. It's above my pay grade, but I'll tell you, it's been such a rapid growth even from round 1. And here is an example of what Wally picks up and how it's used. Red.
Yeah,
it's decelling.
Yeah, that big center line there, that's whether it's red or green is going to delineate if it's car is accelerating or decelerating. If it goes away, it's just kind of in a coast there, and you can see the blue lines are where the 4 tires are, and you can see where their placement into that inner zone 1 or inner clip there. And just super dynamic here to see how integrated we're getting in here as far as this tool. So it can really help us, like you said, see through the smoke, because when the lights come on, the smoke is just it just whites us out and hard to see.
Yeah, and it provides existing data, proximity score, and mimic score. And what we saw there was Odie Bakshis's run yesterday, who actually qualified number 1, and is obviously, you know, the highest score, I think it was an 85. I can't remember if it was the first or second run, just trying to recount that after a bunch of things. But, you know, it's such a great tool in our toolbox. There are judges there as we are looking at. You can see popping in bottom right-hand side, Reese Marin, Brian Egger, and Vernon Svanveld. So these are our 3 judges scrutinizing the runs, Race Data Labs next to them, and running all our graphics. Our team here, our eye in the sky. And we have eyes in the sky courtesy of the drones of Aaron Jesse and that of Justin Smash. So many different tools being utilized. So myself and Matt Soper right here to my left. So thank you so much for joining us out here, either in the building or online across the globe. Thank you for tuning in and watching, again, round 1 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Excited to see some new rookies, some new blood, and just the advancement. A lot of Mustangs in the ProSpec.
Yeah, they're taking over, Jared.
I know you're a kin of the Ford Mustangs, and I was talking, Chelsea Denofa's up here spotting for Brian Hopp. We got Justin Pollock, he's spotting for Mr. Webb, coming to us all the way from South Africa, flying that flag. So shout out to SA in the building. I think no, we've had other South African drivers. I digress there, but taking a look at Talaska versus Levi Waite. Levi Waite coming to us from Colorado. He got his license from the Colorado sanctioning body, so excited to see what he can throw down in his BMW E36. But Talaska, like you said, almost wrote the car off. But we're seeing some wizards, we're seeing some fans, all degrees of ages. We're ready to see our GT Radial Top 32. We kick things off with Dustin Farrell, a gentleman from your neck of the woods, coming to us from Arizona, going against Colette Davis. But that will not be our first battle.
Yeah, we're actually going to be looking. I've seen Dimitri warming up his tires there. It's going to be Brutskiy and rookie Matt Shulman.
Yep.
So he's got a big ask of himself. We got a veteran of.
He's a ProSpec champion himself,
and he's dabbled in the pro. So now he's just focusing on ProSpec this year, and he's going to get the clean air first.
Yeah, and there's a lot of 3 ProSpec drivers that moved up to pro. Cole Richards, Cody Buchanan, and Casey Cole?
Nate Chen.
No, not Casey. Nate Chen. No, not Chen. Nate Chen, yes. Nate Chen.
And I think 2 of the top 3 moved that one last year in Atlanta.
All right, well, here we go with our first battle. Dimitri Brutskiy, we talked about him. And here's Matt Shulman. Brutskiy will be leading. Team Never Settle. Happy birthday and happy Mother's Day to his lovely wife. Initiating that first outside zone past the inside flip. What we just call inside zones now. As the Never Settle BMW works his way up. Shulman, like you said, a big battle and a big climb up that hill, fills all that outside zone 5. Now coming into 6. Now there is a rectangle on the ground right there. Not denoted by anything other than just that markings on the ground. Now, again, inside zone 1, that clip and that cone, that square on the ground, 3 foot by 3 foot square. We standardize that across every track. Inside zone 2 becomes inside zone 8. So that's the only clip that does double duty. I want to repeat that at the top of the show. Inside zone 2 also is 8. The others, like talking about 3 that they go past, that is not in play on the counter course.
Yeah, so you can see Shulman kind of late to the party here as Brutskiy does a straight-up initiation. Puts the car right there. He's a little deep in that outer zone, or inner zone 2. And Shulman kind of falls apart here, tries to reel him back here, almost getting on a frame here. Brutskiy does a great job getting that car into that outer zone 5 as they get through inner zone 6 through 7. And Shulman kind of cutting the line there as Brutskiy is just having a Friday night drive here in front with not too much pressure from the Shulman camp as we take another look at our free replay here as we can see from the perspective of Shulman just trying to get into that pocket and just using everything he can to get to this veteran here in front of him as he just can't seem to close the door as Brutskiy does a really good job checking all the boxes in that lead position. And now Shulman will get his first shot in the clean air in this top 32 competition, and Brutskiy will give chase.
Shulman, I saw him yesterday. He's like, man, he was like, I'm sorry, Jared. I'm like, why are you sorry to me, dude? You're in the show. It's all good, man. Things happen, and here he is. He's in top 32 on his maiden voyage. Just joining the party. So, all right, Shulman has that clean air as we always talk about. Shulman coming down to that first outside zone. A lot of handbrake there, staying in it. Now past that inside zone 2 and 3. Working his way. So now look at Brutskiy. He's kind of gapping him right now into that outside zone 5. He does flirt with the dirt right there. That's really good composure on Brutskiy's behalf. He could have easily dove in, and that shows you a little bit of a veteran move. Brutskiy did compromise going out to there. So again, 2 becomes 8 in that zone.
Yeah, it's kind of some weird algebra. 2 becomes 8.
8 becomes 2. Cross carry the 1 equals like, oh boy. Yeah, bad at math, but I know what it all equates to is a good time. This is our only course of Formula Drift where we go counter course, where we kind of go back
on itself. Yeah, so Brutskiy kind of like testing the waters here. Shulman getting just a gobful of handbrake there. Really cuts that inner really short here. Brutskiy still kind of playing it safe until the keyhole here. He decides to strike as Shulman does drop a tire or 2 there. Shulman, like you said, getting into that clay a little bit, but Brutskiy just kind of stabbing at the door there, and he basically stays in his pocket the whole time. Little compromise there from the Brutskiy camp, but I think overall Brutskiy is really showing his dominance here in that chase position. Almost getting a piece of Shulman's door there of that S13, and we'll see what the judges have to say about that. I feel Matt had a high, a tall task here, so
he knew who he was going against. We know this, again, the veteranness of, if that's a word, Brutskiy, just the veteranness of what he has done. But again, Shulman should definitely hold his head high. He knows who he's going against, but Brutskiy comes out on top. Dmitry Brutskiy gets the win. Like I said, a birthday gift to his wife. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the drivers and wives and staff and crew and anybody watching. Happy Mother's Day. Matthew Bystrak, Ryan Kaufman, our next battle here as Bystrak. We know what he's capable of. He's been working on that Mustang for quite some time. Do you feel like it's ready? It's up to snuff?
It sounds like it's ready. That thing is madder than a Hornet. It's
better than a what?
Madder than a Hornet.
Oh my gosh, these Saints, dude. I don't know how you're not like 85.
Old soul, Jared. Old soul.
Dude.
Got an FC and
Wisco called. They want you back, brother. They want cheese curds and spotted cow.
I don't want them.
All right, here we go. Coming down the hill, Ryan Kaufman in that Taxi Garage FC RX-7. Look at Kaufman. Brings it very smoothly. Bystrak, I feel he's just unbridled in that chase position. Now working his way back. You saw that clip. That's going to come into play here as they make their way back down. Bystrak, you see he has good proximity, but we need him to mimic that angle. Just a little bit too loose. Making his way back down. And then here it is. Again, that 2 becomes 8.
Oh.
And they cross, and that is not, that first outside zone is not an outside zone. There's a finish line there that they need to drift all the way across. Don't get in the dirt. We saw it yesterday. You will have an incomplete if you go 3 off.
Yeah, I feel Matt had a kind of bit off more than he could chew here as he almost over-rotates there, getting through that inner clip here. Kaufman looking really good out front. Bystrak cutting the corner, trying to get that proximity, trying to get that pocket. It just couldn't stick as Kaufman does little momentum there. I don't believe there's a decel there, so that might be on him. But Bystrak really didn't recover as he had that opportunity to kind of stick it to his door there. And Bystrak timing is just not there. But let's take a look at Kaufman there. it looked like he straightened. I've seen a little murmur here going in the judges' counting here.
Okay.
I felt like he straightened before the line almost.
Yeah. We'll take a look at it. And again, a lot of that might be being cordial as far as shutting it down, so you don't come unwound as well and come back into the car.
I can hear that.
But I just, for the sake of conversation, many different scenarios, there's an educational process. One, new season, first round, anybody tuning in. We want to address the newcomers, the first-time watchers, and, of course, address the 23rd year watchers. I mean, some people weren't even around when we kicked this thing off in 2004. So just the evolution of the vehicles, run what you brung. They're all on GT radios. They're all on Link Engine Management. So, again, ProSpec is ripping and gripping. Thank you to Miguel and his Race Data Labs team. And we will see, again, it's just a great tool, great aid, is the real truth teller in the whole scenario.
So what I was kind of getting at, Jared, is trending data, at least with Kaufman. It kind of seems like he likes to unwind that thing a lot further than what it seemed like he would. But
all right, let's
take it away.
Him up here. Bystrak out front, and Kaufman in his rearview mirror initiates. Bystrak a lot more confident in that lead position, standing on throttle. He looks a lot more calm and settled out front, but Kaufman, he's not backing down at all. So look at the proximity. That he had the proximity, and he is mimicking the angle. He is shallow there. Bystrak was shallow there as well. Now Bystrak coming back out of that keyhole, the horseshoe. Look at just diving on in. I want to see that overhead and see that angle, but him bathing in the smoke, he is really confident. One, he trusts Bystrak. Two, he's comfortable in his own vehicle. The man and the machine coming together.
Yeah, for sure.
Talking about Kaufman, that is.
Yeah,
and Bystrak too, but I'm just saying Kaufman in that chase position, that was really well done.
Yeah, Kaufman looked a little more comfortable in the chase position versus Bystrak. Bystrak, I felt like he could have came in a little more hot into that initiation. We don't want to see a lot of handbrake pulled there. Kaufman put that FC right where he wants it. He kind of finds his rhythm here following Matthew Bystrak as they get into the outer zone 5 there. Does kind of cheat there, but he definitely makes up for it, sacrificing a little angle. Bystrak here kind of losing momentum. Does a good job filling that outer zone 7 as we get down through there. Past that inner zone and then back up. Kaufman right there with him basically the whole time. I really like what I saw from Kaufman's chase, and Bystrak did give him enough to chew on there as we now look at the replay here from our eye in the sky as Kaufman charges there up the hill. Bystrak not sacrificing too much angle, but he did do a good job using that angle to slow the car down. He does it here kind of in a weird spot. I think that's where he lost a lot of momentum, but Kaufman, like I said, great adaptability here in that chase position as he just kind of kept with Matt versus Matt's chase in when he was chasing Kaufman himself. So I feel like Kaufman showed his dominance here, but that's not up to me.
Yeah, that was again, there were some mistakes made on either side, but overall it was really good. So Bystrak comes out on top.
We got to get a headset on this.
And yeah, Matthew Bystrak gets the win and advances on. So Matthew Bystrak. All right, so would love to get one of our judges chiming in here.
Get a bug in their ear.
He's on. Reese, can you hear me, bud?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, elaborate, please. Bystrak gets the win.
Yeah, this was just a classic case of Bystrak having a better lead. So we can definitely see here when we're seeing the chase, we see Ryan going a really good job, staying where he needs to be. But that's all possible because Bystrak was able to put a substantially better lead in this battle. Ryan in the lead, there were some substantial errors that we feel contributed to placing Bystrak where he shouldn't have been on the track. Once we looked at everything together, we came out with Bystrak on top.
So action and reaction.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause and effect.
Cause and effect. So
Yeah.
There we go.
Can't paint a pretty picture without a canvas.
Oh my gosh, dude. Here's your Werthers.
I had one of
There
those
you go,
yesterday.
buddy.
They had some.
Here's that strawberry candy you get at the dentist. There you go, buddy. There you go. Time to go to bed, Matt. All right.
You'll be real excited when I know where to
almost
buy
5
those.
o'clock. All right. Next battle here. We got Adam Knapik and this young boy, Braden Lanz. All right. And love the Knapik livery, little homage. We got the donut livery, ripping past that inside clip. Now, Braden Lanz, he was really strong yesterday, but that was in seating brackets. And here goes Knapik, fills that outside zone. Oh, looks like Knapik came a little unwound there. Adam. Now back down the hill. And here we go with that last inside zone. Goes Knapik getting in that dirt. So Knapik, he was tight up until going into outside zone 5, and then right there kind of slid past, came a little unwound as he was exiting the horseshoe.
Yeah, he couldn't quite shake that that little mistake. I really like that. Look at that aggression coming down the hill here. Could have been a little deep or less deep in that inner clip there, but look at Lanz here, just staying up with the PROSPEC veteran here. As Knapik here, you can see the car just about unwinds there, but hats off to Lanz, he's just sticking with it. So that's going to be a pretty big deficit in my eyes with Knapik up front there. But here, took kind of a wonky line wide from the live view, and he got a piece of that Georgia clay there going through the finish line. But besides that one mistake, very solid and aggressive run from Knapik, I must say. As now Lanz, he really shined us on yesterday in the seating, so I'm expecting some good things here, some wild entries going down that hill from Braden.
Very, very impressive to see Lanz come up and do what he did yesterday. So now look at that, the green eyes are on the prize, coming down the hill, and Knapik's like, who is this guy? What?
It's the Hulk.
Oh my gosh, and there goes Lanz. Knapik goes in way shallow, straightening out. He has compromised a ton of angle there to try to catch up to Lanz in this M-Spec vehicle. And M-Spec, as we know, again, the KC Kohl camp, and now coming down back into that last zone, Lanz. Wow. Very, very well done there. I think I think Lanz might have done just enough as he was out front. That's Knapik got shocked.
He was shook.
Yeah, he did not wake up.
Look at that, almost taking out that K&N banner coming down here, like the least amount of handbrake we've seen initiation so far. So here you can see Knapik's like, oh my Lanta, here we go. As he tries to catch up, as Lanz is just checking the boxes twice as he's going through this lead position. It could have been a little more momentum loss in that inner zone there, but Knapik just couldn't seem to shake the fact that this kid's just kind of running away with it. And not even in a bad way. Like when I say running away, but he's at angle. He's driving with intention is one of my favorite sayings, and it shows.
Yeah, Braden really shows just some great maturity there right out of the gate. So Braden Lanz gets the victory over Adam Knapik. Adam, a decent lead run, but Braden just left him in the dust. But he did everything he needed to do. So as we advance on, let's throw it down to Laurent Nickel. Laurent.
Well, he may have taken the win. He's moving to top 16, but it was not easy because he was dealing with clutch issues. What were you experiencing there?
I guess I should have been prepared better coming into this round. Should have known better, so partially my fault. But yeah, in practice, we started having a little clutch issue. It would start getting hot, so we cut it short a little bit and start cooling it down, prepped for the battles. Feels like we put enough cold air into it. He held out, but it was still sleeping badly, where I have to downshift twice on my lead and my chase earlier than I wanted to. It worked out, thank God, and yeah, happy to take a win because it's first round, first battle. Good driver. I watched Matt drive yesterday in practice and seating bracket. He was killing it, so I was definitely like, at least I got a good driver to go against and not worry about something, funky happening. So that little bit balanced it out for me, because I like good battles. So yeah, we got the win, advancing on. We're gonna go back to the main pit, fix the clutch, and we'll be ready to take it all the way.
All right, Dimitri, thanks so much, and happy birthday to you.
Vita,
yes, exactly, happy birthday to Vita.
All right, so as we take a look back here, this young man takes out, like you said, this PROSPEC veteran, the Donut S chassis Knapik, but it was Braden Lanz, 15 years old, advances on. We are 3 battles into our top 32. Many more turning and burning left to go in 32 to have our halftime break into 16, 8-4, and we find out who wins round 1 of the Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. We're here at Road Atlanta. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here.
Adam LZ here to tell you that motorsports is taking me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
BC Forged wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts has help. Need some advice? We got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With the Canon ImageProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
Welcome back. Like I said, it's a short break. The road to the championship. We're talking PROSPEC and Pro. This is round 2 of the Formula Pro Championship, but right now we're focusing on PROSPEC. And we've seen some notable names come through the ranks. You know, Ben Hobson, obviously Coty Buchanan, most recently making the jump. O'Sullivan, obviously we know what he's capable of and what he's been doing lately. And you know, there's so much talent out there.
And those yet to come, yeah.
Yeah, but even in itself, PROSPEC is 4 rounds. So as far as manageable, you know, it's definitely something that you got to handle. But speaking of a veteran, Brian Hoplamazian, going against the youngest Sorensen of the trio, Cameron Sorensen, as he is ready to head down the hill on that Optima batteries. He is 14 years old. 14 years old. Yeah, I feel like he's been 14 for 12 years. Joking. No, but Cameron Sorensen, definitely a talented driver. Saw him in practice. He was shredding. Brian Hop, it's a game of inches. I'm talking about in between his ears, and he's got somebody in his ear, Chelsea Denofa, a Formula Gym champion, giving him some insight here. But Cameron Sorensen, absolute shredder. Look at this. Talk about you know, a sim kid. Look at Cameron Sorensen. Comes up into the outside zone 5, works his way through the keyhole, and 6 exiting out. Brian Hop getting lost in the sauce right now, and Brian Hop taking a very shallow line now, comes into that last one, and shallow on a lot of those clips. I felt like he was just panicking as far as
trying to catch
Cameron
up,
just pulling away from him.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about these transitions from Cameron because those were snappy, but I really like the initiation here. A little deep there on that inner zone. Really bringing the car around really quick, and I think it caught Brian off guard here as he even gets out of frame here in our racer replay as we bring it around the keyhole through that inner zone, and Hop is just struggling to get the tires lit there as Cameron just running away from it. You just see how snappy these transitions are coming through here and back up the hill. Like, good night. That was good. Like, Cameron is really, really on one. I feel like we're going to see a lot of him tonight. And then let's switch it around here, and Brian Hop can show that young buck what he can do out front.
And here we are taking a look at Brian Hop. He will now be out front. And again, Brian Hollywood Hop. Cameron Sorensen chasing him down. Let's see what Hop can do. Seems like the lead cars are always pulling away, man. I don't know if, you know, just as far as the track, this is the same conditions they're practicing on. Now Cameron, looks like he's got the panic going on now. Coming in, Brian Hop almost overshooting. It gets in the dirt. Cameron, oh, holy cow. Brian Hop way out there in another area code. Now brings it back in. That allows Cameron to catch it back up with him going to that last clip. This is
a little to unpack here.
Yeah, I mean, lead versus lead, chase versus chase. That's what we really got to look here because they were definitely in different regions of the state.
Yeah, Hop kind of initiated pretty soon here, and I think that threw Cameron off the rip here, and never really caught up to Hop. And the thing sounds super aggressive coming in here, but then he crosses the county line there just a little bit here, and he really swings it way too far outside. He's about a car length off of that inner zone here as Cameron did kind of drop the opportunity there to shut the door on it, and there we see a little tire fire poof there as they head back up the hill. So it's really hard to, yeah, so he dropped at least a tire there. So 3 tires off is an incomplete. I haven't seen any of that in these battles, but Cameron really could have stayed in that line. Even opportunity to pass.
capitalized on
He
that.
could even pass Hop if he had a little more wherewithal to see a little into the future there, that how much of a gap he left in that
Well,
inner
when
clip.
you cut the corners, I'm not saying any driver. When you're cutting the corners in that lead position, that's going to expedite you getting through the course faster, right? If you adhere to obviously the zones and lines, that would create like we saw earlier with the Bystrak Kaufman battle. They went with Bystrak because he set him up for success. He gave him, as you say, you can't make a painting without the canvas. The canvas was that lead run, and that chase vehicle is going to trust and get right there. But again, on either side of it, I think they're both leaving some points and some opportunity on the table in both lead and chase. So, you know, some great moments there between both of them. And again, hats off to the young buck that is Cameron Sorensen and the vet Brian Hopp. Like I said, we know what he can do, and sometimes it's just a game of inches in between the ears as opposed to on course.
I feel like once in both the chase positions, they like hit the scramble button, and then they just kind of they forgot their training, so to speak.
Reboot, Control, Alt, Delete. Let's take a look. BC Racing custom coilovers side by side. Go for gold.
All right, there we go. You can see Cameron out front and left, and Hop on the right. As you can see, a lot more angle from Hop, but he really started a little soon there, and so Cameron kind of got messed up there. The distance between these two guys is about the same here. The Hop had a little mistake there compared to Cameron. Cameron a lot tighter here through that line in the inner zone. And like I said, Cameron could have capitalized on that, but didn't quite. But he was a little closer and timing those transitions a lot better, despite being a few car lengths behind Hop. So I feel like the little Sorensen here has
bundled up. We got
an advantage.
Got a widow blanket. I feel like it's a gender reveal. Got a pink blanket and a blue blanket. Slide him left for Cameron Sorensen, right for Brian Hopp, and Cameron Sorensen gets the victory. And I got to tell you, I think Cameron's lead run was just a little more precise than Brian Hopp. He went too inside on his lead run. If you just focus on the clean air, talking about being out front, Cameron was just a little more dialed, a little more precision driving. Hopp just a little tighter and inside some of those clips and chase. Both of them were a little frazzled, but again, lead runs, Cameron Sorensen, all that. I totally agree with that call. Cameron Sorensen gets the win.
Yeah, just I think the big crux of that was how far Hop was off that inner in the keyhole. So moving on.
Moving on to Colin Zielinski, that Fitment Industries purple S chassis on the left-hand side of your screen, and on the green, in the green Mustang on the right-hand side, that convertible coming all the way from South Africa, Jason Webb. So Colin Zielinski, we know, again, how talented he is as a driver. When it comes together for him, he is unstoppable, man. He is definitely a talented driver. And Jason Webb, I've known him for quite a few years. Went over to announce Gymkhana Grid in South Africa. Now he's over here in North America. So let's see what we got from Zielinski up front, Webb in the chase. Zielinski enters into the outside zone, drops into formation. That's what we're looking for.
Nice.
Zielinski climbs his way up the hill, past those first inside zones, and now up to 5, Zielinski gets in the dirt. And Webb, smart move, he kept it on the asphalt. He did not get baited into going off course. As I say that, he jumps in on the inside. He does get that proximity. Now around that last and
don't do it.
Oh, snap. And Zielinski, you can see almost rotating, but he threw up a roadblock in front of Webb. It looks like Webb might have...
That was right at the finish there.
Yeah. And we could see Webb, that Ford Mustang, it has seen a lot of carnage over the years. Like I said, over in South Africa, that's a vehicle, so hence the right-hand drive, convertible. It has seen some crash em ups before.
Let's just talk about Webb's initiation here in the chase position. Just right on the door, right off the rip, doing a great job mimicking the angle. Zielinski, good car placement there. And Webb staying there right there. Best charge I've seen going up the hill from Webb in the chase position. Zielinski just left the pasta in there a little too long, overcooked it. Webb taking advantage of that as he gets back on the door here. Still, look at that timing transition. Beautiful job by Webb there. Zielinski still doing a great job in the lead position. This, I'm not sure if he just timed the transition a little late. The car over-rotated.
And it hit him.
Yeah. Yeah, we're past the finish, but this is also the
you got to complete.
First run. Yeah.
You have to complete the run. And with Zielinski going off, I mean,
so
that's...
We're going to have to deduce if that was an incomplete run with contact, and then that'll kind of decide what we're going to do forward, whether we're going to run it or give them some free 5s or 10s or whatever, competition timeouts.
Okay, so Zielinski is at fault.
Okay.
Zielinski is at fault, so Zielinski, if he wants to get hands on the car, he would have to, right? Utilize his competition timeout, and then, but Webb will be able to have a automatic 10-minute allotment because he wasn't at fault and he obviously sustained some contact, some damage. We'll see, but we will see.
Absolutely. So they're going to go back to the hot pits, and we're probably going to move on forward here.
Yeah, that's I would have to assume that. So speaking of Jason Webb, in his ear is JTP, Justin Pollock. Let's bring in Lorette Nickel. Lorette, who you got at the top of the hill?
Well, hello, guys. Matt Bystrak and I were just talking. Listen, the tenacity that these FD drivers have to get here, big heart. You were dealing with a lot of problems rolling into Atlanta.
Yeah, so we rebuilt a lot of this car during the off season. As always, it came down to the last minute. And when we finally got to test, basically the day before we wanted to leave, we had 1,000 things go wrong with the car. We were throwing supercharger belts. The water tank for the supercharger exploded. The power steering rack was just not working, failing. A million things, oil leaks, everything, just like a million little issues that made just no testing. So we were up in the morning till like 1, 2, 3 a.m. sometime like that until Tuesday to finally come here and drive or tech on Wednesday and so on and so forth. And then yesterday was brutal. We kept throwing supercharger belts still. We were up here until about midnight last night doing some changes, and I think what we did, it's a little ghetto, but it's actually doing really, really well, so I'm excited for that.
Well, I love that. You're looking on the optimistic side of life, and he did say, despite all of that list, that he is happy with how the car is running. Best of luck moving forward.
Thank you, Lorette, and congratulations to Mr. Bystrak as we are chilling like a villain, like Bob Dylan on penicillin, hanging out, homeboy. How are we doing? Just shoes off, bro? Shoes are off, dude. Let the dogs eat right now, player. Sheesh, sock check, fool. That's right. Those dogs are barking right now. Dustin Miles, Adam Heishman, and yep. So Styles for Miles coming from right here down the road.
Yep. And also another veteran of the feeder series, Pro 2, PROSPEC, and he recently announced that this is probably going to be his last season.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that or not. So now he's got let it all hang out there, hopefully.
Let's do it. Let's see what you got. All right, so as coming down the hill, okay, got a little roller start. Yep. Rolling off the line. So taking a look, it is Adam who rolled off the line before the lights were extinguished. So if this is your first time watching, that chicane there is to bunch them up going in because we don't want to drag race off the start. The lead car needs to wait till the lights right in between both the cars. You'll see them illuminate, and once they extinguish, that is go time. As Max is here up on the start line, ready to send them. And
yeah, then they also have 2 seconds to get going after the lights extinguish. Otherwise, it's also a restart.
So yeah, jumping the light and then icing the light. Yep. Those are scenarios. And hitting a cone.
Yep.
So there's a few different scenarios. 3 strikes you're out, but looks like we got a clean start. As long as the cone's not hit, and we got a clean start. Adam out front and Dustin Miles in that chase position. Here comes Adam hitting that rev limiter, banging on it. A lot of handbrake going that first outside zone. Miles punches that inside zone out of the way, but Miles is back there quite a bit, works his way up to outside zone 5. You see Adam bring it on in. Look at Miles tucking in nicely. And now coming out of that horseshoe. A lot of these drivers just getting that panic and just jumping up to the side on that coming and exiting out of the keyhole. That's not going to open that door if you jump in too tight. You're going to set yourself up for not success.
Yeah, a few little things here to unpack that we'll go over here as we check out the replay. Adam, like you said, he had a lot of handbrake coming in there. I did like the, going from side to side of the track there, but it was a little too soon and set up that pocket. You can see Miles getting a piece of that inner clip here as they head back up the hill, also shallow there through that inner. Decent job, dropped a little tire there, but you could, not from this point, but you could see him grab a handbrake right at the end of outer zone 5 as they bring it around here. Also could have been a little tighter there. Miles doing a great job of trying to close the gap between the two here. This is where it fell apart. He timed it just a little too early, or late actually, I apologize, as he gets a little far behind there at that last inner zone 8 before the finish. So little few things to clean up here. I feel like Adam approached outer zone 4 to 5 the opposite of what the judges wanted. So yeah, so we're gonna take a
there's a lot going on right now.
What is happening?
We got cars over here, over there. So we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll see where the pieces fall, where they may. But Zielinski, you see, a line in the door, getting it right. Zielinski versus Webb, Heishman versus Miles, and there is plenty of carnage ready to ensue here at round 1 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship.
Vibe and live loud. This is what we are.
Legacy isn't where you come from, it's what you carry forward. It's built year after year, lap after lap, and in those moments you refuse to give up. Enios, the original JDM motor oil.
You're looking at Mr. Zielinski, barely made it the 5-minute allotment and almost eclipsed. Looks like he shedded maybe a camera or a piece of something. Just
maybe we'll get a look at that
car there.
Hopefully just a big chunk of rubber.
Yeah, something's over there. But great looking car. Love the purple and the pink. And as we are getting set,
so
back there.
Yeah, we just had the first half of Adam Heishman and Dustin Miles, which I believe Miles called the competition time. One of those guys did. And so now we're either going to get back to Zielinski and Webb, which was a good one first half. So Webb will get the clean air if that is the case. Yep. See Logan put him in the box here, so they're going to get those GT radials warmed up. And we'll be back on the show no time.
And we're going to have to, obviously with Zielinski at fault, we'll see where that lands after this battle, and we'll bring in Reese Marin, speaking on behalf of Vernon, Brian, and obviously himself. But with Zielinski going across the finish line, threw up the roadblock, Webb had nowhere to go. Contact was made. Webb seems to be all right, but just never know. There might be some gremlin just still lurking and hanging out in the shadows. But we do know that Zielinski was at fault, but where that incident happened, past the finish line, you're supposed to drift through. We'll cross that bridge when we get
and
through.
Since it went to a 10-minute, allowing Webb to fix his car, I'm guessing we only go to that if there was an incomplete. So we'll know shortly after the
after the second half. So Webb will lead, and Zielinski will track him down. Zielinski had a good lead run up until. So as we are taking a look, as you can see the metal mohawk on top, as I'm calling it, the Wally on top of each vehicle, those are the actual units that are tracking the vehicle. And every vehicle is measured with parameters and the widths of the tires and all that. So there's a lot of technology, a lot of measurements going into that. So I think it's a great addition to Formula Drift.
I agree, Jared.
Here we go, Jason Webb out front in that Mustang, non-stop tuning. Ford Mustang coming down the hill. Zielinski initiating and rolling right to the side of Webb. Now coming into that third flip, making their way up the hill, drop top, flip flop, tank tops into that outside zone 5, comes up a bit short and that allows Zielinski to be right there. Zielinski knows he needs to twist the screws on Webb, but he comes up short once again, and that just seems to be the Achilles heel of every driver coming out of that keyhole. Webb comes up very shallow, he comes up very tight. Again, the car placement needs to be in that box. If it's an inside zone or flip, 3x3, it's that front trailing wheel. That needs to be in the box.
Right. I really like the attack here by both parties here. Webb doing a great job putting the car we wanted. Zielinski just whispering by that inner clip there, and Webb a little too deep on that inner clip, but he does a great job charging up here. Zielinski staying right there with him. Webb kind of lost a lot of momentum. Not sure why. If he didn't want to just blast off the track there, but completely absent of the outer zone 5 here. Good placement there, but Zielinski not even close there as he tries to stay in that pocket. He needs to follow that same radius as the lead driver here, and he kind of falls short there in that 7th zone as we finish it out here. So it's going to be very interesting to hear, because we're not sure yet until we get a decision to talk to the judges on if that wasn't complete in the first run on Zielinski or not, or it was just ascertaining of collision fault.
Here we go, Zielinski or Webb. So Jason Webb gets the victory. Webb gets the victory. So again, with that contact, great run by Zielinski, but unfortunately come to a halt. But Webb did everything he could, as we'll bring in Reese. Was that an integral part with Zielinski coming to a halt? Was that deemed incomplete? Reese.
Yeah, he ended up going off track, leading the chase gyro track as well too. So we put that blame on Zielinski. So going into the next battle, substantially had Jason Webb had the advantage going into it. He maximized and had a better lead. He ended up getting a win, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers, Reese, am I correct in saying they're cutting the corner a lot, going from outside zone 5 to the inside clip, and they're coming up short. Are you guys focusing on that? I mean, that 5, 6, 7 is very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, especially going into the keyhole, it's, approaching the keyhole from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. It's really a combo, so you have to make sure that you're kind of setting yourself right, leaving 4 into 5, and it's all just a domino effect. So if you miss something or you miscalculate something, it really throws you off for the remainder of that.
All right, thank you for the insight, Reese. As we move on to our next battle, it looks like we're going to advance, and we'll revisit Miles and Heishman. But right now, it's Colette Davis and Dustin Farrell. Dustin Farrell coming to us from the desert, coming to us from Arizona. Colette Davis, she's coming to us from Florida.
She failed to start here. Lights were extinguished. Dustin, the chase driver can move. Colette looks to be dead in the water a little bit.
Yeah,
she did replace her engine, so there might be some gremlins that weren't ironed out.
Motor and also myself and Jacob Gettens were down here in front of the tower and talking to her spotter, her crew chief. Yesterday, good burnout box, rad. Went driving back to the pits, and she had the transmission. Transmission went out. So she's had nothing but gremlins here, and this is, obviously she's a talented driver. We've seen some great driving from her, and her, her program is definitely really cool. We know what she's capable of. Colette Davis, Fitment Industries vehicle, and then again, Dustin Farrell, a newcomer to Formula Drift competition.
Oh, lights are going on here, Jared. Looks like we might party. We are.
All right, so don't know exactly what happened. Dustin might have rolled past too either, but looks like we got a clean start. Colette Davis out front, Dustin Farrell in chase position. Colette, perfect execution on the outside zone, swings a little bit wide past that inside, but now coming up the hill, wobbles her way into outside zone 4, going into 5. We're talking about that 4 through 7 combo. Up, down, left, right.
Street Fighter.
Yep, there we go. And now into that, I'm telling you, that chase position, everybody cuts that corner. They do. Don't panic. It's all good. You'll find yourself there, and if you're not, you just need to make sure you have that right line. So again, just you feel like you're racing, but you're drifting. You gotta get that grip and slip going.
Yeah, this is the best initiation chase I've seen from Dustin all weekend. Did a great job here following Colette. Fell a little waver there. We didn't see in the live action as Colette does waver here. A few tires maybe drop there, and she kind of hesitates going into 5 here, just getting into that zone. Dustin does a really good job of adjusting here, and here he attacks. Again, he needed to not transition as aggressive. I think that would have set him up a little bit better, but he does make up for it, timing his transitions, but he does cut that corner a little short. But now he'll be able to shine us on with his style. I feel like our friend Little Webby here is a.k.a. Dustin Farrell. He's a little bit of a style king.
Little Webby?
Yeah. He drives with the likes of Forrest, so he's had a lot of time with Forrest.
Yeah, and
you'll kind of see that
Forrest
influence.
Is a steezy driver, like has that big swing thing, like he's, you know, obviously the, you know.
Yeah, well, we'll take another look at it.
Does he get nuts?
I don't know if Dustin gets nuts. Listen here. Dustin will rival the Dr. Pepper fever of Kevin Wills. I heard. So that's another thing. But
all right, let's talk about the run.
Yeah, see this transition here. I feel like a lot of drivers, like to your point, you're just getting so upset back there. They're almost transitioning after that inner clip too fast, too aggressive. So it really sets the car up to 7 really poorly. But let's get Dustin the clean air here in that S15 while Colette gives chase.
Yeah, great looking car. Love the livery. The 2F Performance kit looks solid, and we'll see if he can be the front man, the lead man for the band, the Valve Covers out there in Arizona. We'll see red as Dustin Farrell will lead, and Colette Davis chase him down. That pink nose. She's going to try to go right in the back of that S15. Here we go, and she comes up, ripping up into that second zone, and now coming up the hill, Dustin Farrell. Look at good angle from Dustin. There it is. So brings it outside zone 5. Colette Davis taking a shallower line, gets her thrown off, and this is it. Dustin Farrell goes on the outside. Again, that 4 through 7 is just such a smooth arc that you need to bring it all together. Wow. Dustin Farrell comes through that last inside. Again, that inside zone 2 becomes 8 as they make their way up the hill.
I gotta say, I really like, you can see Dustin's pretty happy with that run as he's pounding the roof here, but I felt like he wanted the car a little over to the right, but he does a good job deep into that inner clip there. And Colette does a great job adjusting, getting away from Dustin, but he didn't use a lot of angle getting into outer zone 5. You can kind of hear him getting back into it. Could have probably used a little more momentum. Great position there, but again, these cars are transitioning just a little too aggressive to stay in that pocket and get into outer zone 7. Dustin, again, a little too deep there on that last inner zone 8, as we now call it. But I really feel like that the big difference in the lead for lead anyway is that 4 to 5. Dustin, you could just see him pour the angle on coming out of that zone and going into outer zone 5, and I think the fans will agree.
Some fans are less enthusiastic than others. I mean, checkered flag coveralls, but then the human statue out there in the audience just unimpressed. Mr. Unimpressed, dude. All right, so Dustin Farrell, you can see that S15, and I heard somebody go, whoa. So as Colette was going up the hill, I think she passed Dustin there, maybe a little too close across the nose there. The Fitment Industries G-Technique Black Rifle BMW. And Dustin waits in the wings.
All right, we
got
got
a look side by side.
BC Racing side by side. Dustin out front on the right, Colette out front on the left. You can see Dustin's aggression here a little and matching that angle a little better than Colette in the chase position. They both kind of had a hiccup here going up the hill in their transitions. Dustin kind of taking out the inner clip as well, but as you can see, a lot of wavering in the Colette camp as she tries to set up the car for 5 and not as deep as Farrell. And again, both chase drivers had the mistake that we've been talking about all afternoon here, as pretty similar here. Dustin does kind of time that chase transition a little wonky in that last clip, but overall, I feel like the lead run of Dustin had a little bit of an edge compared to Colette's.
Let's see.
I'm really kind of weighing that a little more these days, the lead runs.
Okay, the GT Radial Top 32. Slide him left for Colette, right for Dustin Farrell. One more time, and it is unanimous. So one more time between Colette Davis and Dustin Farrell. I gotta say, I think, you know, I agree with that. I think that's good. All right, let's throw it down to Lorette, who is with Cameron.
I am with Cameron. So excited to catch up with this 14-year-old driver who felt like he got the car dialed in the rain, and then now you're driving in dry conditions. Do you feel like you're adapting really well?
Yeah, it was a really, really tough situation because I got car set up for the rain, got everything dialed. Those 4 laps, got the track completely, like all the zones, filled everything perfectly. And then it started drying up, changed our setup back. And it only really took me a couple laps to figure out the track, but the really hard part was the entry. Car feels amazing, looks great, and I'm just really happy to be here.
Cam, we're so happy you're here too. Best of luck going into top 16.
Yeah, from October to now, that gentleman.
Lorette's looking up to her.
He had his vegetables. Yeah, he had his vegetables. He's a grown boy. That Optima Batteries livery definitely looks cool. And
what's going on in the
yeah,
Lorraine
and Colette Davis. Yeah, Colette looks like she needs a tow, needs a little assistance there. But we will see them run again. But one more time for Colette Davis and Dustin Farrell. Looks like we are seeing, is that Chris Leonard? All right, we'll take a short break. When we come back, more action here at round 1 of the ProSpec Championship.
Adam LZ here to tell you that motorsports is taking me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
Legacy isn't where you come from, it's what you carry forward. It's built year after year, lap after lap. And in those moments, you refuse to give up. ENEOS, the original JDM motor oil.
And here we are, up here in the spotters tower, and like we said, just don't know who she needs to call and apologize to, but a motor, a trans. There's a man, JT, there off to the right, the pink studded bandana, cheering on his lady, and unfortunately just having some clutch issues right now, so we'll see exactly what transpires. But we are hearing that unfortunately Dustin Miles did not make his allotment of getting his car ready. So
yeah, it's a bummer.
Competition timeout. So Heishman will take a bye run here. Dustin Miles, as you said, announcing this is basically his last season of ProSpec. But obviously, so lay back and listen. Adam Heishman gets the victory and moving on to top 16. Yeah, I mean he drives that thing like a 240.
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, it's.
But it is basically a Ford 240. He's got an independent rear. You know, it's set up real well. He's done some changes over the season. It's a little different angle getting here. They're adding a sway bar in the front, which we don't gotta get too in the techie weeds here, but adding a sway bar in the front can actually add a lot of grip because it like kind of corner weights.
Yeah.
Transfers that when you're in drift.
Well, we've seen the different iterations of the RTR camp, which arguably is obviously the most prepared Ford Mustangs in drifting competition. I mean, you've seen them across the globe at Drift Masters, at in Oman. You're seeing
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Obviously, you're seeing them all over. So, speaking of Ford Mustangs, we got Chris Leonard. Chris Leonard going against Human Rahimi from Nashville, Tennessee. This should be a good one. Human Rahimi pops in and out, and there are the judges just looking all judgy right now, just really, really scrutinizing.
Especially that one with his unbuttoned shirt.
Oh,
so
man,
judgy.
So judgy. His arms crossed, body language speaking volumes. All right, right, here we go. Rahimi out front, and Chris Leonard dropping down, and there is a big gap there between Rahimi, but as Shulman takes out the inside clip, it shows you he's cutting the corners here. Need to get that overhead view. But let's see, Shulman comes in. Oh,
what is happening?
Yeah,
Wow,
this looks like a sherbet food fight right now. There's like pink and blue and smoke all over.
It's like a crazy 8 at Thunder Hollow, Jared.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like like sherbet. Like there's pink and blue and all over. It looks like just a Technicolor music video nightmare right
There
now.
was, I mean, right from the rip, there was a lot to unpack here. I don't know what Rahimi was doing. Well, we didn't see it. It was out of the frame, but I think that was what caused Leonard to really lay back. And then he ate this cone here. And I think he was trying to hand deliver it to Rahimi. Attempted the pass. Got contact here. Parts falling everywhere. There's just, I don't know. It just kind of fell apart. I feel like after that contact, the run may or may not have been over or deemed over. I'm not 100% on that, but a lot to take home on that one.
Yeah, I think notably, you know, it got the contact was made up there on 5 going into outside zone 5 at the top of the horseshoe, and Shulman looked like he was gonna come to a halt if Chris didn't hit him. Looked like he was gonna shoot in on the inside and probably had to straighten out. So
and if you remember our decel map, there from 4 to 5 there isn't much of anything there for a decel. They want the cars to use their angle, and like you said, Rahimi just about parked it there.
Yep. So got a little chaotic, like you said, right from the gate, but
fierce gaze.
Oh man, so just you can't unflappable. Not underneath those glasses. I don't know if there's stone in those eyes or what. But
now we just turned to stone.
Oh man, you can't take the glasses off. That's the shield.
Oh, he's breaking. He's breaking. He's
otherwise,
right now.
You take
3,
his power.
2, 1.
Okay, we're back. We're back. Oh, okay. We've gone to the upside down, which was filmed right here in Georgia. So, all right, our Toyota Gazoo Racing Tundra picking up some bits, and as the sign said, homeboy said yard sale.
Yard sale. That was a block sale.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have some competition time out here as Rahimi's pulling off the line. Leonard probably went straight to the hot pit. That thing has a couple of black guys in the front of that Mustang.
Just trying to deduce who is at fault. And we are getting clarification. Rahimi is at fault going into 5.
That's fair.
Chris is going to take his 10, his dedicated 10, not utilizing. Shulman is not going to call a competition timeout. So Shulman is confident that his equipment is good. But Chris Leonard is saying, yeah, of course. I mean, no harm, no foul. Why wouldn't you get hands on it?
Yeah.
This could be something
no doubt.
Very minute or major in order to continue on in competition. Chris Leonard already back in the pits, but Shulman is not able to get hands on the car unless he uses competition timeout. I don't know if that's the best strategy possible.
Looks like we're going to go on the other side of the bracket here. Yeah, so we got Dimitri. We got our 16 shaping up here. We got Dimitri Brutskiy against Matthew Bystrak. Braden Loans against Cameron Sorensen. A couple young bucks there, only a couple few years apart.
Their ages combined don't equate to mine.
Or mine. If we're being honest, they're almost a third of our age.
29 years old between them. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got fans there throwing out the big love. Thank you for joining us out here. Toyota fans got their Gazoo Racing shirts on. As Levi Waite joined us from Colorado, operates that, and Corey Talaska, what a ledge Corey Talaska is.
I didn't know he built yachts. That's awesome.
Yeah. Super cool. So I'm on a boat doing flips, you know. The Nina, the Pizza, the Santa Maria. Here we go. Talaska coming down the hill. Wait. He's not going to wait. Let's see what Talaska got for him. All BMW battle here as Wade comes in hot. Chasing him down. Talaska in that Fuel Lab BMW. Coming on up into outside zone 5. And Talaska nails it perfectly on the keyhole. Wade, he is just marinating in that smoke. No briskets being burnt here. Just talking about GT radial tires. As Corey did come in very tight on the wrong side of that inside zone, that last one, but overall,
yeah, very solid.
Fluidity.
Very solid from the Talaska camp here with that checkerboard roof as we take another look at Leonard getting squared away here. Yeah, watching this replay, I like the weight was pretty aggressive here compared to what I've seen in practice. And Talaska kind of doing a straight up initiation, giving him an opportunity and contact there, Jared, that we missed on the live action. As Talaska showing why he's here as he charges up the hill, and Wait isn't doing that at all. He's trying to get in there, but I could feel the car was bogging. He needs a re-gear. You can see no smoke coming out of that chase position car. Talaska putting the car right there in outer zone 7, and Levi is trying to do all he can to get his Mahmoumi 36 to the party as Talaska jumps out of frame going back up the hill, as we'll give Mr. Levi Wait the clean air in his E36, and Talaska will give chase in that freshly half rebuilt BMW.
All right, remember tomorrow is pro round of competition. Come meet and greet at the Sim Magic Formula Drift booth. Ken Gucci, Frederick Osbo, Adam LZ, and Jonathan Castro at 1:30. Come on by the Sim Magic booth at 1:30 to meet and greet Osbo, Gucci, Castro, and Adam LZ. All right.
We got the lights coming on here and almost ready to rip.
We are ready to throw down. Let's see what we got here. Wait will be up front. Now, I don't believe these guys have gone against each other in competition. You know, Levi Wait, a rookie here in PROSPEC competition. Like I said, coming to us from Colorado, a mile high. Now it looks like Levi Wait transitions through tip to tail. Talaska, good tempered approach. Wait gets to the outside zone. Good placement by Levi Wait, overshoots that inside clip. And now transitioning out. That was good placement by the chase. That was probably the best. Getting out to that rectangle. It wasn't rectangle, it was a rectangle.
Like Rec Magazine.
Yes. It wasn't Rect Magazine, it was a rectangle.
A rectangle-zine.
They didn't rectangle.
All right, so Levi coming down the hill here as they go nose to tail, and Talaska kind of feeling Levi. I don't know if they tandem at all in practice, but you can see Talaska showing his tenure here as he gets that car slowly in the pocket. Levi, a lot of shallow angle there going through outer zone 5 as Talaska's matching the angle. And finally, we get a good transition there and in outer zone 7. So, and then Talaska puts it right back in the pocket here. Great job of anticipating that transition as they fall up the hill. Talaska showing how sharp his knife is in these battles here, in that lead and chase position, just putting the car right where it needs to it, and the judges also agree. So Cory Talaska gets the win.
There it is. Cory Talaska gets the win, taking out Levi Wait. We'll have to wait until our next round of competition. Stafford, Connecticut, playing host. Look at this. Oh, we got the dogs, the family snacks. We got.
What do they got? Some Cheez-Its.
Dude, I mean,
throw some of those up there.
Cheez-Its or Goldfish? Go.
Goldfish.
No, that's wrong. Cheez-Its.
Let me ask you your opinion and tell me why it's wrong. It's like when we were asking about our favorite, like if you could only eat one fast food for the rest of your life.
Yep. That's wrong.
Yeah, no judgment here, but it's wrong.
What was yours?
Like can I recant it? No, it was originally Cane's.
Oh, yeah.
And then
no.
Busel changed it. It was like DQ. I was like, yeah, hot eats cool treats.
Yep. All right. Yeah, that's a random one. T-Bell, dude.
I know.
T-Bell. Taco Bell, baby.
We knew that.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Colette Davis and Dustin Farrell. So Colette and Dustin, this is a one more time. So this is a back at the top of the order for these two drivers. Either side of the lane here. Some will say that somebody else got a lucky break, but regardless, wash, rinse, and repeat. Colette Davis of Fitment Industries BMW. Look at Dustin. Great composure there. He could have easily panicked, but he did not. Now coming in and up the hill, Dustin's getting some separation here from Colette. Colette, really good execution, very smooth. Dustin drops in. Well done by Dustin Farrell. Now he's getting some dust in his face from Colette Davis because he has great proximity. Little shallower line there, but now drops in. Nice job by both the drivers. Yes. Colette Davis, a lot, just kind of like, got the jitters out on that first for both of them.
I agree.
And Colette with just a lot more composed, smoother, more refined, and Dustin, I would say, a little more aggressive in the chase.
Yeah, you stole the words right out of me. Refined is the key word here from Colette's second lead run here, and also Dustin really polishing things up in the chase. His timing was impeccable each time we transitioned, and he got a little head of the pocket there, but I feel like he was anticipating something going on there. Colette doing a good job in outer zone 5 here, and here we go. Look at the timing here. He did put the car a little further out than his last chase, but Collette was a little outside there, giving him a chance to sneak in there, and he does just that. That clip probably would have been hit if they didn't hit the first time, but this is what one more times are all for. Just time to level up and don't leave it in the judge's hands. Now Dustin's he really shined his on the last lead run, and I feel like he's just gonna turn it up a wick, turn it up to 93%. Never go full.
Never go full on. Never go full on. And here we are, Dustin Farrell, Colette Davis, Dustin leading. Please call it Colette in the dust or not.
Boy.
All right, Dustin Farrell initiates to a performance kit, looking good. And passing inside clip, Colette overcooks it just a bit. In that Fitment Industries BMW, she got a lot of grip, so that caused her to drop back quite a few car lengths. Now into that inside clip goes Dustin. Now into that, again, exiting out. You can see that rectangle on the ground. Dustin Farrell hits it and brings back around a lot of them. Yeah, in that course's edge, just, again, dial it back just a touch. 3x3 foot square is what we're looking at on the ground.
Yeah, if we had to go lead for lead there, I think Colette had the advantage by far. Now, she is also battling some clutch issues. We heard from her spotter earlier that there's some oil leaks that might have affected that clutch, and I think that came into play here in the chase because she did not perform like the last round that we saw her chasing down Dustin Farrell. So as you can see, Dustin not even in the frame here. Comes up pretty short, hits that reference cone into outer zone 5 and comes up short. Does put it back together here, getting real nice and tidy to that inner clip as Colette's trying to just muscle her way back into that pocket and just not quite get into the proximity she wants as Dustin literally leaves her in his own tire dust. So I'm fairly certain we'll have a decision here. I don't think we'll go one more time, but another look in the eye of the sky. She's flirting with that beach there as Dustin really powers up there. He's basically absent in that outer zone 4. Does tickle in the outer zone 5 here, but he does regain his composure, getting through that Colette. You can just see her trying to pass that fishing line to reel Dustin in. So it should be, I don't think he's as proud as that lead run as the last one, but I think with his performance in the chase position, he's got an edge.
These guys eating sandwiches, literally with sand in them. They are sandwiches because they got some sand, some red clay. And look at that dude's beard. That guy, that's an extra from Lord of the Rings, right? I thought so. You shall not pass. Which one is not going to pass? Is it Colette or is it Dustin Farrell? Who is going to pass? Who's going to move on? We'll see.
Yep.
And we are just inching our way. With this battle, we'll officially be halfway through our top 32.
Yeah, because we're waiting in the for Chris Leonard
Chris
and
Leonard
his
and
10-minute allotment here.
Yep.
Ooh.
And waiting to see what is cooking here. Again, we are in our GT Radio Top 32, the official tire of the ProSpec Championship. Also, if you have not seen already, that Formula Drift is selling Type S products at the FD merchandise booth. Be sure to stop by the Formula Drift merchandise booth.
All right, our BC Racing side-by-side. You can see Dustin Farrell putting on a little bit of a gap with Colette there, and you can see the absolute difference in timing of the transition because Colette, you can't really time the transition as far back as she is, but Farrell's fairly lucky that she wasn't as close as he was in his chase because he kind of fell apart there in the key hole. But like I said, brought it back together. Dustin Farrell doing a great job of keeping his composure, getting back in that pocket, absolutely crushing the timing transitions here with chasing down Colette Davis. So whenever the judges ask for that side-by-side, you know, they're really looking for something to pick apart here. So it's going to be a very tense decision.
Wait, they're camping?
Intense? Who's camping? No.
Oh, they're intense. Oh, intense.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I know there's some people camping out here this weekend.
Glamping. This would be glamping out here. Let's be honest. This ain't real camping.
I saw. You know, homeboy, you assembled a motor for a guy over there. He had a sweet setup.
He did. That was a cool overland.
Overlanding for Grid Life.
Yep. Shout out to Grant at Spectre Racing there. I got to see his setup there.
Here we go. Slide him left, slide him right. Colette Davis, Dustin Farrell. One more time.
Oh.
Dustin Farrell and Dustin Farrell. So not unanimous. Not unanimous. Vernon said one more time, go at it again. But Brian and Reese said Dustin Farrell came out on top. And I got to agree with that. I think just where Dustin was putting his car, you know, Colette was back there a little bit, but overall, as Reese, hey, you and Brian sided with Dustin Farrell. Your justification after one more time, and again, you look at both battles independently, but you and Brian going with Dustin.
Yeah, for me it was just, Colette was just too far behind. There were some errors that were happening with the lead driver, but Colette just wasn't close enough for that to be in effect. When we start to table around, you can see that the proximity was a lot better with Dustin, so he ended up getting the win on this one. It was just clean and clear, at least on my part.
Yeah, and there was no way that Dustin impeded on Colette for her to be back there either.
No, that's where, at least for me, the distance, I was like, well, that plays a key role here. So there were errors in the lead, but they just didn't carry the weight as the errors that Colette had when she was in the lead because of the proximity of Dustin.
Yeah, just by comparison. All right, thank you, Reese.
No problem.
And we will advance on. Justin Farrell gets the victory as we take a look at our race data labs. This is Wally.
Awesome.
So again, this is an aid. This is an aid. This isn't an actual digital judge like we utilize it in qualifying for pro.
Yeah, so this looks like run 2 here. You can see how short Dustin came up with that outer zone 4, getting in there with outer zone 5. But like I said, he really did a great job of buckling down and putting the car back where it needed to. You can see Colette.
Also the green and the red. So green means accelerating, red means it's decelerating. So the momentum of the vehicle.
Right.
All right, we're looking at our phones. Watch the competition. Come on, quit looking at your phones, kids. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Come on, pay attention. Look up here, look up here. All right, let's throw it down to Lorette. Lorette, keep these kids entertained. Stop looking at your phones. Put them down.
Who's looking at their phone? There's so much action. There's so much good stuff happening here at Road Atlanta. And Adam, just wanted to get a check-in with you. Completely refreshed car, and you said some side bites. So you're kind of getting readjusted to driving it on this Atlanta track.
Yeah, Synergy Racing Development came on board this year. I got a big front sway bar and a rear knuckle. So yeah, the side bite's insane. I've been driving it like I drove it last year. And going down the hill, it used to float, and now it's not floating because of the side bite. So I either got to just drive it harder or just change my timing of when I do my flick. But other than that, the car feels good, feels fast, and yeah, I'm just excited. That battle against Dustin, I did not want to win that way. Dustin's a buddy. I mean, we battled in clutch kickers, ended up second and third at clutch kickers. So, but now all I got to do is just go win this thing. So Dustin doesn't feel bad losing that way. Because, yeah, you never want to win that way. You want to actually have a battle. And I wanted that tandem practice following him, but, we'll just go into 16 with high hopes and full of confidence and just, send it.
Love it. Best of luck. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Lorette, and congratulations to Heishman as we move on to Casey Kohl versus Kelsey Rowlings. This should be a really good battle here from drift to reef. Got a whole scuba diving activation. Yeah, become just an avid scuba diver.
Are you going?
I'm not. I'm good. Here we go. What we are going to do is dive on into competition. The M-Spec. Wow! Whoa! Overcooks it. Kelsey Rowlings saw she had a dog earlier, but I don't know if she needed to go into the kitty litter. So as we can see, Casey Kohl continues on. Not the tightest either. That is not airtight. He needs to equalize that car as he makes his way through competition, the M-Spec vehicle. So some moments there, almost set out to sail, maybe got a little landlocked by both the vehicles here. So Kelsey got in the kitty litter. And
she got out of it, though. That was the main thing. Wow. Check out this initiation, just about backing it in there, and Kelsey's like, I got to play too here, but couldn't quite have the side grip like we were just talking about to keep up with that car of Casey Kohl as he drops a little bit of the tire there in outer zone 4. We're taking another look at the initiation here as she, I think, was only 2 tires off. That's probably what we're kind of checking out here in this truncated replay as they get back up the hill. We'll speed it back up. And Casey Kohl, you can see he kind of veered off course there, sets the car back up to that inner clip, does a good job of retransitioning into that outer zone 7, a little deep there. And Casey Kohl, Kelsey not even in the frame here as we kind of change angles there, going up the hill. And clean up on aisle 3.
Yeah, I mean, again, a very, very fast-working crew here. Absolutely working on a masterpiece of a track. Some would say,
look at all that glam.
Da Vinci or Van Gogh. It's different artists. I mean, the great wave of gravel and dirt and dust.
Yeah. Speaking of artists, look at our driver just painting the wall there with the Georgia clay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, Casey was looking really good in practice earlier. I didn't expect him to come out just guns a-blazing here in 32, but what a show he put on. But needed to refine a little bit because I saw like a few runs where I thought it was like him and Braden Loans have the M-Spec cars, and their colors, I almost mixed them up because they were just driving incredibly. So hats off to Casey because he's really leveled up here in his driving.
All right, let's take a look at Wally. So again, this is interesting. So again, it's an aid. So red means decel, green means excel. Also, you can look at the telemetry here as far as miles per hour. You can see the degree of angle on left and right. So Rowlings there, and again, Casey Kohl. Also, the red and the white squares or rectangles, the split in between. There's a white line in between. Basically, the white is where you want to place the car. The further you get out without getting into the red, that is basically the ideal line that the judges have created in conjunction with Race Data Labs to have the ideal line. But again, that is not being utilized outside other than a absolute truth teller of what they got cooking here. So
yeah, so
again, it is a tool. It's an aid. It's an absolute truth teller.
Yeah, like I was semi-unsure of Kelsey dropping 3 tires, but that kind of was proof in the pudding that it was only 2, so that wasn't any incomplete in her chase run. So we got him stacked back up here at the start line, and Max
stack them and track them. What do we got here?
Yeah, what's underneath? What's by Max's legs there?
It's like a cone, or maybe
is that an extinguisher? I don't know what's there. Oh, they're cleaning up probably a little spill there in front of Casey's car. But yeah, that Wally system is really cool to see. Like I said, wasn't sure if Kelsey dropped 3 tires off on the visuals that we had, but you could definitely see that on their system it was just only 2.
Okay, you can see the dual burnout box. Look at all the rubber being laid down over the last few days.
Right.
Yeah, it's been great. And this is a joint venture between Grid Life and Formula Drift. Grid Life has joined the party here for us once again. Some great racing between all the different classes and categories, including the rush vehicles. I know got Ellis Spezia out here. Saw quite a few other drivers out here ripping. Don't know if Nate Hamilton's in the building, but I saw Hurt, T-Pain. They're here in the building. They're drifting. They're not racing traditional racing, but it's cool as we're still cleaning up the track a little bit, just bringing that gravel around. Because once you get into that kitty litter, you're unfortunately going to drag some gravel out there on the track. But glad that she came out unscathed. Once you're in that deep,
I thought she was. That just kind of shows her tenure here. Like you see a lot of these rookies. We have 13 of them this year, and I'm pretty sure a decent percent of them got familiar with the kitty litter, and we're like, oh, you got to stay in it. And you just you lock up the brakes, you're done, park it.
Yep.
So good on her for staying in it.
Beached as brew. Beached. Here we go. Kelsey Rowlings out front. Casey Kohl in that chase position. Kelsey Rowlings tip to tail. Kelsey initiates. So does Casey. Right. Simpatico. Right into that inside clip. That is inside zone 2, 3 into 4. Some wavering there by Kelsey Rowlings. Casey unaffected into outside zone 5. You see Casey Kohl dive in, but he allows Kelsey to transition in front of him. Want to get that overhead view. Now coming to that final inside zone. Kelsey taking it out. So, like I said, and we talked about this, at pace, it has got to be very difficult. You navigate this, go up, down, elevation, all around, and you got one more clip for glory, and you're just looking fixated on that cone. You're going to be off it just
you're in your own smoke. I mean, it's one heck of a ride here. As Casey really living up his driving here. I'm really impressed with his chasing prowess here against Kelsey Rowlings, as she does a great job placing the car. Adds a little too much angle. I like the idea there, but it really kind of slowed the car down and made her kind of choke up the chase driver there as he had to make some adjustments. But good job, Casey, right in that box, like we've been trying to pound into these drivers' head mentally to stay in that box and stay in that pocket for that outer zone 7. So good job on both parties. I really like the aggression I've seen in the Kelsey Rowlings camp. So here's the judges have made their decision, and Casey Kohl gets the win.
Hey, don't take my job, Matt.
Well, pay attention.
I'm paying attention. I'm talking to president and co-founder of Formula Drift, Ryan Sage, over here. And this guy's chilling. Woo! That's a hard shaka, bro. That's a big shaka. I don't know, is that proper shaka? More loose fingers. You did like the hard shaka. Throw me another shaka there.
Well, look at that
popping. Dang. Throw me another shaka, dude. See, that's a hard shaka. If you ask, like, I don't know if he's from the island, but it's kind of loose. You kind of throw it like that. So that was a hard hang loose.
Well,
dude.
yeah, I like the delivery. That was
yeah.
Yeah.
You got
a second half battle.
All right, so Casey Kohl advances on. Human Rahimi, Chris Leonard. After some contact between Rahimi and Leonard at the top of the hill, Leonard got his 10-minute allotment. Human did not use his competition time out. Bold move, Cotton. I don't know if that's going to work out. You can dodge a 350Z, but you can't, you know, can you dodge a ball? You know what I'm saying? No? What do you got?
That's a question for Rip.
Dodge ball.
Only Rip Torn can answer.
All right, here we are. We're not live on the Ocho. We are live on Racing Network, though. Here we go. Chris Leonard coming down the hill. Human Rahimi initiating in. Chris Leonard, good initiation. Human Rahimi keeps it consistent. Good job. Oh, Chris Leonard center punches that third inside zone. Take it out. Oh, he's collecting them all, man. Did not know the cones had Pokemon inside of them. He's absolutely exploding them. Drops a cone.
What is this, Mario Kart?
Yeah, dude. No bananas were hurt in the making of this run as they make their way up. Leonard taking out that cone, taking one as a souvenir, throws it in Rahimi's face. All right,
yeah, a little bit again. Kind of had a wonky start to his initiation, but he put the car in where he needed to. I like the position of both cars here. Movement a little late to the party in the transition, but Leonard kind of choked him off there in that inner clip there. Is a little shallow with outer zone 5. Does get it back together here for that inner clip there as we get through outer zone 7. And Rahimi cut that corner again as the shell of that cone gets dropped by Leonard, and Rahimi just kind of fall behind there in the second half of the battle here, which is also going to conclude this battle, and we're going to be ready for a decision here. Unless I have a feeling the judges are probably going to want a side-by-side. It's just an intuition here.
Well, it's been some time.
It has. I can't even
between
remember.
That first battle.
Yeah, if you recall here, as we see some raw data, that there was Rahimi almost parked it going from 4 to 5. And there was a collision, and then it kind of kept going, and it just was less than stellar, as I like to say.
Well, I mean, tell you what, one of the hardest working guys out there. You know, just
the red coats.
The red coats. All right, Chris Leonard gets the win officially. Chris Leonard gets the win. Again, with Human Rahimi being at fault. As we advance on, let's head back up the hill. Lorette.
Hey, Jared, thank you so much. Yep, we're right at the top of the hill here in Dustin. Man, many of us saw the crash that you had yesterday. The car sustained damage. What's happening with the car, and where are you at?
We have a bent subframe. We have a bent chassis in between the subframe and the traction rod arm on the subframe is bent, and it's actually just weaker. As we've been driving every lap, the toe has been changing, the camera's changing, knuckle angle is changing as we go. Try to do as much as we can to brace it. Now we're having to extend the arm to the point where it's not going to extend anymore. So we're just hoping for the best, and we're just going to keep on driving it until the wheel falls off.
Wow, it's amazing that you're driving and you can feel that change underneath you.
Yeah, you can tell the toe changes a little bit coming down the hill when it gets some load on it. Like it's not consistent. So.
Okay, well, fingers crossed. Dustin, thank you so much.
Dustin, soft-spoken, but when we come back, more action continues. That guy's ready. That guy's ready for battle, baby. More battle when we come back here to round 1 of the Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. And all signs are looking like we're having a good time. Don't go anywhere.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports is taking me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
O'Reilly Auto Parts has help. Need some advice? We got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With a Canon ImageProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
Kiss the ring,
He's the
dude.
first one.
Kiss the ring.
First one to kiss it.
Kiss the ring.
I love it.
That ring's bigger than you.
Grid Life FD conversion,
So
inverted.
sick.
Is it good?
I got to run with T-Pain, Denofa, dudes I would never get to drive with. Forsberg was out there. Dude, that was awesome. That was sick.
You ready to go for a rip or what?
I heard it's your first time driving a stick.
Yeah, never driven a manual.
Yeah. All right, send it. Yeah! Mustang unleashed!
With this rings, you guys are now officially married. Thank you so much. You may kiss the bride.
Send it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Send it!
Accessories? I mean, checker flag's pretty fire, right? All right, I want this. And, oh, you like mine? This is Ryan Turk. This is who won the event last year.
1,400 to 1,600 tires a weekend.
Dude, tire machines.
Smile for me. Yeah.
All right, we're about to send it here once again we are officially more than halfway through competition. Look at the gang up there. BMX kids got Webb, Talaska. It's like somebody from Colette's team, maybe, I believe, him and Rahimi. So, again, just at the top of the hill. Honestly, I'd love to announce from up there, just like with the drivers and what's going on.
Let's make it happen.
Nah, we're good. I mean, as much as I want to, obviously this is the ideal location. But
right.
All right. She's placing her bets right now on next bets for tomorrow. Look at it. She's swiping, liking.
They're both looking super cozy.
Oh, dude, just chilling right now.
Another Shaka.
Dude, Shaka's all over the place, hanging loose. All right, Sam Maghmoumi going against Amanda Sorensen. Sam Maghmoumi in that BMW E36. Amanda Sorensen in the more modern BMW. And she is ready to put it down in that quad lock Rockstar Energy Drink BMW. Sam Maghmoumi and his repping his own company there. Again, just building a ton of different BMWs across the field and across the paddock.
Yeah, I'm digging the whole Sorensen camp's livery changes this year.
Yeah.
Kind of setting themselves apart from it. Like there's like the cues to set them apart earlier, but now we got, you know, the night mode.
Sorensen Motorsports on Brandon's car. Got the Optima batteries on Cameron, and then the quad lock Rockstar on Amanda. Here we go. Amanda Sorensen will lead. Coming down out of the chute, and looks like
not yet.
And rolling again. So that hill plan to roll. It's about the fourth time we've seen that between the last few days.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, Amanda making her way. She's been a busy gal in the off season, the on season. She's traveling all over and doing different things. So it's good to see her driving in different vehicles in different countries. Busy gal, Amanda Sorensen. And again, Maghmoumi lurking in the shadows, working on vehicles, getting cars prepped and ready, including his own. All right, let's take a look. Amanda, Mrs. Sorensen, and Mr. Maghmoumi. Clean start? Yes, we do. I got Spirit. How about you? Amanda Sorensen coming down the hill. Let's see how she initiates. Uses all the track across the nose of that E36. Now coming in to that inside zone. 2 and then 3 into outside zone 4. Look at Sam taking a little angle out of it to get that proximity. Amanda, great placement there. Sam diving on the inside. That's not where he needs to be. So that was really good composure. Amanda, the car's on rails. I got to tell you, the way Amanda's driving, Great placement by Amanda Sorensen. Probably one of the best lead runs we've seen so far as placement. Coming into and out. We talk about that 4 through 7. That is just, you really got to dial that in. If you don't, it's going to show.
Yeah, and you got to do that early. And this right from the get-go. Great placement there in that inner zone here. And Sam doing a great job of timing his transitions, and this is probably the best proximity I've seen charging up the hill so far, where you can see a little bit of a correction there. She fires it off. Even there, you can see the smoke kind of die off, and Sam does take advantage of that, but kind of cheats the line. He does miss outer zone 7 there a little bit. He is sacrificing a little angle, but his timing on his transitions are really good. He's keeping the nose of that BMW to the tail of Amanda's BMW, which is formidable, because she was just absolute charging out there in that lead position. It was a really good job here. So that slant 6 is now straight, and Sam Maghmoumi will get the clean air.
Yeah, Maghmoumi, and you're right. He did have composure, but I felt he dove in a little bit on 5 going to 6.
Okay.
But that was good proximity. So we'll see if Amanda can better it, because I'm expecting with Sam being there in proximity, it shows you he has the horsepower. So he could take Amanda out to dinner here to Gapplebee's. We'll see.
Another late restart. What do we got? Hit a cone. Okay. What a stickler up there, Max. So we do have like these little painted squares on the cone, so it's kind of like autocross rules. If the cone is hit enough to disturb the base of the cone outside of that painted square, it's deemed a restart on the lead driver, and 3 strikes you are out, and that means an incomplete. So strike 1 for Sam.
All right, let's see Sam get back into position, back at it again with the blue BMW.
Try it again, kid.
Sam and Amanda pulling up to the start line for this restart. Let's see what we got. A few more battles left here in top 32. We will have that halftime break. And if you're keeping track, local time just after 6 o'clock. Live stream continues for our PROSPEC at 8:30. So here we go. Sam Maghmoumi out front. Amanda Sorensen in the chase position. Here goes Maghmoumi. Amanda, a little failure to launch there on initiation. Just a little late on initiation. Firing up the hill and outside zone 4. Going into 5 goes Maghmoumi, and then boom into that inside clip, coming out of the keyhole and into that rectangle. So there we are. That's what I was talking about. Again, good execution by Maghmoumi, and I liked what Amanda did there. She didn't dive in. She held true to the line, even though there was some separation. That's going to show you, like, okay, I see you. I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, I'm going to stay in my lane, but sacrifice a little proximity. But that separates a lot of good chase drivers from what we've seen so far. So Maghmoumi, great job charging here. Amanda kind of back there. A little late to the party here as this had Maghmoumi. Pulls a lot of angle. He was all 4 tires were locked up at one point as he gets into 5 there, but a little smoother than Amanda's lead through that 5 to 6 here as we transition. As you can see, she gets almost about a tire into that outer zone 7, and then doesn't quite close the door on Sam Maghmoumi as she tries to. You can see almost the smoke, not much coming out of the back of that Rockstar BMW as we take another look at it here from our eye in the sky as you can see Sam's angle there. Really, he poured it on late after 4 and then 5. He does a really good job of drawing that arc through that inner zone. 6, and then the 7, you can see Amanda getting a tire in there, but he just kind of runs away with it, running back down that hill. Excellent place, a little deep. You can see the right side of that right front tire just to the right of the box there, but great job by Sam checking all the boxes. Nothing really to take away on his lead run versus Amanda's, where she was kind of shallower in outer zone 5 and had some hiccups kind of going in there, but great job by both parties. So now it's in the judges' hands. Who's going on the top 16? Is it going to be Amanda Sorensen or Sam Maghmoumi?
Let's see what we got, and we're doing a BC Racing side-by-side.
It's that close, not surprisingly, as we see Sam on the right leading and Amanda on the left leading, and you can see Sam right off the rip there, a lot closer to Amanda in the lead position. Amanda a little late in the transition. You can see Sam, I wouldn't say he had less angle than Amanda, but they were pretty close at going into that outer zone 5. And you can see Sam getting a little ahead of the pocket, but did a great job of pulling that car back. I don't even know what buttons to push in my head to make the car just shift backwards like Sam did there. So he did a great job of keeping the pocket. You can see him dominating on the second half of that battle in his chase position versus Amanda Sorensen's. So great job by both parties, but I think the chase is probably going to be the deciding factor if we're being frank. speaking of Frank.
See what kind of wizardry we got here. Amanda Sorensen or Sam Maghmoumi. It looks like Maghmoumi gets the win. A great effort there by Amanda Sorensen. I got to tell you, her lead run was absolutely really well done. Probably one of the best. As right now we're looking at Coty Demster on the line. But let's look and hear from Lorette Nickel.
Hello, Jared. Well, fans, I am so excited to introduce you to this 4-time South African drift champion. He's a rookie here at Formula Drift PROSPEC Road Atlanta. Jason Webb, welcome. If you could tell your story, we were just talking about what it took for you to get here. Can you tell the fans?
Oh yeah, it's been so much work, so much sacrifice, and I can't give enough thanks to my wife who supported me through all of this, as well as my family from back home. The last couple months have been absolutely crazy. It's like at points, do you give up? Do you keep going? And it's just like you got the people behind you saying, we got to do this, we got to do this, we've come this far. So we had each step, like going into seeding yesterday, we just wanted to get into top 8, so we made it to top 32. And then coming into top 32, we're like, okay, now we got to get to top 16 so we can go on the parade, because that's the next goal. So we're giving ourselves small goals, and it's working out so far, and I'm really pumped to move on to the top 16.
It's been incredible talking to you. Keep an eye on Jason Webb, because all of his fans and friends back home in South Africa are awake at 2 a.m. cheering this man on.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Again, Jason is a fine young man. Very thankful, and we had a conversation even more in depth, so it's awesome. So Coty Demster gets the victory, and again, it was a bye run there for Mr. Demster, so he'll advance on just like that, as unfortunately Brian Wills is out. All right, four more battles left. What's that?
Sorry, Brian Wills was told by our race control Chris Ewell that he might have popped a motor, so.
Obviously,
a lot of that going around.
Yeah, obviously a very unfortunate situation and circumstance. So 4 more battles left in our GT Radial Top 32. GT Radial, the official tire of the Formula Drift PROSPEC Championship. All right, we have next.
We got Jerry Johnson. Cabot Cardoso getting into the box.
This should be good. Jerry Johnson and his new vehicle, and Cabot from Tallahassee, Florida. Is Jerry running that kind of all-American V8 again?
He sure is. Me and Justin Pollack were talking about. He's still running a carburetor, but he's running the ignition with Link ECU, so it's a bare bones, but simple system.
Yeah, just
raw carbureted,
quirky, a little funky like Jerry Johnson is.
He truly is. He's such a character.
Yeah, he's big personality, Jerry Johnson.
The people's champ.
Yeah, he's. Again, 2025 PROSPEC Rookie of the Year. Campaigned a Nissan Z last year, like you said, with that car, right?
No, was it? I thought it was an 86.
It was an 86. Thank you. I appreciate that.
GRB
86. Yeah, GRBR 86. Carry the Y. And again, Cabot. Excited to see what Cabot Cardoso could put down here. Coming to us all the way from Florida. I guess closer to California, but here we go. Jerry Johnson coming down the hill in that number 97. And now into that inside zone. Nice job by Jerry. Look at that thing dance, man. Yes, sir. Into outside zone 4, into 5. Cardoso catched up really well. Look at Cabot. He's getting aggressive. But Jerry maybe made a little correction there going into that inside of the keyhole, and now that final flip. And here goes Cabot. Man, Cabot is just...
What a bully.
Dude, he is just sliding so, fast. The car just has this momentum. Watch it again.
Couldn't hold the reins back, Jared.
Right.
A lot of handbrake here. The judges don't like that a whole lot, but he did place the car decently well not to hit the clip, but also led the driver into it. Again, too deep into that inner. Great job placement here. Did use a little bit of handbrake there, getting into 5. Very shallow here. That's where it kind of fell apart there. That's not a decel zone, so if that became an incomplete, that would have been another story, but these guys will keep on trucking. Cardoso just doing a great job, keep charging in that chase position, times his transition as far back as he is, as well as he could, and they run it back up the hill, so we'll flip it around here, but we'll take another look before we get that as we take a look at the back of Cardoso's FDF S15 here. They charge up not as much smoke as from the Jerry in his Corvette, but you can kind of see here, I'm not sure that he was kind of, maybe had some carburetor issues. Those things are hard to tune in a drift application, but it seemed like the car almost shut down on our zone 5. Cardoso trying to stay in the frame here as Jerry brings it back through to the finish line, and Cardoso staying there right with him as best as he can. So now, as Max does a little bumper delete or repair here, Cardoso's going to get the clean air, and Jerry Johnson will follow in that black C6.
Yeah, I mean, this is a perfect fitting car for Jerry Johnson, the Corvette. I feel like we need
some flames.
I think we need to put a mustache on the front of the car. A flaming mustache?
A flaming mustache. That's going to be a new Cheeto flavor.
Absolutely. Flaming mustache. We're talking about snacks. Are you hungry?
Hey,
remember, tomorrow there is a dedicated BC Racing driver autograph session. Come meet some of the BC Racing Pro drivers, and you get one of those free BC Racing track map posters breaking down all the stops of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. And again, these are only available at the autograph session. You saw right there, 1 o'clock. That is going down tomorrow. So Sim Magic's got an autograph session at 1:30. I know myself and Chris Forza are going to be at the K&N booth, where you can win a 1-of-1 Viper K&N chair. It's going down to 6:45, so join us down there. All right, here we go. Cabot coming down into that first zone. Jerry Johnson, let's see if he can stick it to his door, but Cabot, looks like Jerry takes out that inside clip. Jerry coming in really tight on 2, now going into that 3, 4, 5 section. And Cabot,
something's going on there, Jared.
Good composure. Yeah, these things are absolutely wound up. Loud and proud. What are you deducing here?
Can you hear that? You hear that like bass in your chest?
Yeah.
And feel a massive misfire. I don't know which car it is, but it's not good. It's not good. Thank you to Jerry's wife for messaging us. That is actually an LS, not carbureted motor. So he does have a purebred Corvette there as far as the generation goes. But look at him charging it through here as Cardoso does a good job at that angle, but just a little too early as he was just getting a tire into that outer zone 5 as we go around to inner 6. Jerry Johnson doing a great job of timing that transition as he tries to punch it in the pocket here. Look at that tire of Cardoso, perfect in that inner box as they round out the finish. Good job by both parties. It's you know, not a lot of mistakes to be said on that run. So hate to be a judge in these situations.
Yeah, that's both of them very aggressive, very fast through the course, and their rate to angle just seems like they just had really good speed at angle from both the vehicles. Their setup is they were just kind of just tiptoeing their way through the course.
Oh, so yeah, I think get some inside tee here from our boys. Boots on the ground.
My man saying Corvette is king. Your sign got stolen, dude. What's up? Checkered overalls.
All right.
Jerry Johnson, Cabot Cardoso, and Jerry gets 1 vote, 2 votes, and there it is. It's unanimous. Jerry Johnson, Cat Daddy, moves on into the top 16. When we come back, more action continues here at Formula Drift. Round 1 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Only 3 battles left here on Top 32. Don't go anywhere.
And live loud. This is what we are.
legacy isn't where you come from, it's what you carry forward. It's built year after year, lap after lap. And in those moments, you refuse to give up. ENEOS, the original JDM motor oil.
Hi, my name is Kevin Wells, Competition Director of Formula Drift. We did some course changes. Hopefully we don't have a lot of oil downs and cleanups. So let's check it out.
Oh, Shanahan wrong way. And Shanahan goes into the wall.
I've done some stupid stuff before. Definitely the stupidest one.
Oh my, front wheels come off the ground on the truck?
I don't know if the front wheels came off, but that like, whoa!
Okay. We've got a lot of damage. So I think I'm gonna cut this branch and then I'll lift it straight up and then we'll pull the car out front.
There's enough stuff here. They might be able to put it back together. He's got till what, Saturday?
Very weird way to do another thing. Actually the first from
Wow, I'm so honored.
What's that? Is that Kevin's corner? Dang.
Holy that was f***ing awesome.
And here we are grabbing some merch over there. Be sure to head on over to the Formula Drift merchandise tent. Pick up some FD gear. Everything from keychains, lanyards, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, all of it. And some Type S gear. Type S providing some power banks, some Larry Chen lights, all of it. So again, this is where the red signature clay meets the asphalt of Road Atlanta. 23 years ago, that little kicker out there that we've deemed the horseshoe and the keyhole came to fruition, and here we are 23 years later celebrating automotive motorsports. I called it yesterday the MMA of motorsports.
You did.
Right? Mixed martial arts, because you got to bring it, baby. You got speed, you got horsepower, you got angle, you got driving prowess, you got it all. You know, some people are like, they scoff at it. But dude, you go to an event like Goodwood Festival of Speed, I'll tell you what, when the drift cars are out there, everybody's watching. Goes to the corners, bro.
Well, they sound the most violent, you know, when you break it down.
Well, then they're like, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're going to crash. You know, and they put it down. So I'm stoked to get to go back to Goodwood Festival Speed this year. So excited for that.
What's that? We're trying to get out there in like the next year or two.
It's an amazing event.
Wife has a brick out there.
Oh, yeah. There you go. All right, so here we go. Shelly Hansen versus Luis Lanz. All right, Luis Lanz throwing it down. Let's see what we got. Hard Candy Shelly Hansen chasing down Lanz in that S chassis. Nope, sorry. I reversed. Shelly Hansen in the lead position. My bad. Threw me off there with that livery. And look at Hansen coming into the outside zone. Thank you so much. Now coming into that inside clip through the keyhole. Mrs. Hansen exiting out. I mean, Hansen is on it.
He sure is.
Absolutely on it. She was talking about just the trials and tribulations of driving in the wet with the supercharger, all these different things. She seemed a bit frazzled yesterday, just a little tired. She was just like exhausted. I'm like, are you tired? She's like, yes. She seemed just very tired.
I'm tired, boss.
It didn't seem the case right there.
Yeah, she doesn't look tired there. She looks real pumped up behind the wheel. That Lanz kind of struggling to keep up with that S13 as they round up the hill, and you can see not many mistakes here in the Hansen canvas. She does come out of that hour zone 5 a little early, but sets herself up nice for that inner clip, and Lanz just staying in the frame at least, staying in his lane with that outer zone 7 that we've been pounding into the driver's heads, and he does time that a little late, but he is further back, so as rightfully so. And we'll take another look as our chase drone from our FRE nicotine pouches. As Lance, you get a take a look at his roof there, the yellow, blue, and red of that E46, trying to chase down that S13 of Shelly Hansen. And he just not enough tools in the tool bag to make it happen. That car was just on rails.
Yeah, Hansen drove that so well.
Gosh, that was good.
Really, really nice. I apologize out of the gate. New livery, new look to I Love Boobies. You know, obviously she's fighting breast cancer, or she's fighting cancer, and she's a trooper, man. And again, the Drifter Illustrated, or excuse me, not Drifter Illustrated, the Drifter Enthusiast. I apologize there. Some great articles about all the moms in driftenthusiast.com.
There you go.
Driftenthusiast.com. All right. Louis Lanz coming down in that BMW. See if Hansen can get involved in dirt. I don't know if that was 3, was it? It was definitely 2, but that's really hard to chase. That's what gets problematic here. And Lanz, correct me if I'm wrong, but he changed chassis this year.
He did.
All right, so that Sex BMW, and
that's going to be.
Yeah, this gets difficult here because again, with those 2 wheels off out of the gate, not 3. That really sets precedence for the rest of the course.
What's really cool, we'll be able to see if Wally can tell us, because I feel we haven't discussed this yet, but the rumble strips are actually off course. So I'm fairly certain that front wheel just flirted with the yellow and blue paint of that rumble strip. So we'll circle back to that once these cars get sorted out here, or as these cars get sorted out here, as the Shelly's in there wondering what's going on here. Give me something to chew on, Lance. As you can see, 1, 2. Hard to tell from there. Usually that's our truth serum, but it's telling some lies, or it's holding the truth. Hold the truth back. Hold the cards close to the chest as Shelly's kind of trying to decide what to do with this lead run here as Lance just kind of parks it. I mean, it wasn't for a lack of smoke. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, Lance's line,
there.
he was way out there, and in his line, if Shelly wasn't there, it looked like he was going to end up in the grass, in the keyhole.
Yeah, I can see, look at the tire smoke. It kind of extinguishes there, and then he's trying to make that adjustment to get kind of almost beeline, which probably wasn't the best plan. I'm not saying that it was Shelly's fault that he spun, but it looked like he was kind of on his way independently anyway.
All right, we can see the I Love Boobies livery there. Again, that's an activation about breast cancer, and that's really great. So again, be sure to check out the article on driftenthusiast.com celebrating drifting's mothers of influence. And, Shelly is featured in that, as well as another great article about what keeps Atlanta drifting alive. So be sure to check out those articles. All right, heading back up the hill.
Kind of dog walking now.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back to if it was 2 tires off, 3 tires off, if that was 3 in the lead position, that run would have been after that null and void. So see everybody scrambling here. We'll get an answer here shortly as far as the result of the battle and more information on how that came about.
Just a couple more battles after this.
Yeah, I was gonna
Josh Stuart versus Tyler Mayer, and Nick Jimenez versus Alan Boss. And look, we got some fluid out there on track as we clean it up. Let's take a look at our side-by-side.
You can see on the right side of Lance is leading, and hard to say what happened there, but comparing up until the keyhole here, you can see Lance is struggling to keep up with that S13 of Shelly Hansen as Lance, you can see the smoke here, shuts it down, trying to, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Like, it's the chicken or the egg situation here. Was he going to spin out anyway, or was he going to spin out because of Shelly? It's, you know, if she wasn't there at all. So would not want to ascertain that myself. But now it looks like we're going to have to get Louis Lanz's E46 out of the grass. With Ricky helping him, the tow truck out there. Shout out. So we do have a result here.
And there it is. Shelly Hansen gets the victory unanimously. And Lance, we will see you in Stafford, Connecticut for our next stop of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. All right, 2 more battles left. And Lorette, you're with a very happy driver right now.
I am with a very happy driver that's stretching. And gang, brand new build. 40 days, 40 nights building this. And Jerry, you said it was the hardest thing to get here for that run.
You know what? We did build this car in 40 days. We have fought with the car every single lap. It's been shutting off. We've been losing power steering. And so that run meant the world to me. I was coming back. I was shedding some tears. I gave my Guys, some big hugs. My guys have worked countless hours to get us here. I can't be more grateful. I'm at a loss for words. Golly.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. And this was so magnificent for you too, because last year was so difficult.
Last year, we blew up in top 32. And so we, pulled up, did our first run. We lost a belt and lost an engine, which started the year off very poorly. I did not enjoy that. That was not very much fun. But this year, we're here. And look, Corvettes are sweet. It's looking good. It's driving pretty good. We're working her out. I wouldn't say it's 100%, but we're getting there.
Well, this is a three-man team with lovely Miss Sadie at home, your wife. Congratulations on your baby.
Baby boy due in July. I'm so excited. I do miss Snacks. I call my wife Snacks. Her name is Snacks. But I miss her. She's cute. And we don't get her this season until Vegas because she's at home growing a baby. But we're happy to be here. We are grateful.
Miss Sadie, we miss you. We can't wait to see you in Vegas. Jerry, moving on to top 16. Well done.
He needs to be protected at all costs.
Yeah, that gentleman, and look at these folks. They're excited. They got to love Jerry Johnson. You know who doesn't love Jerry Johnson? Hot dogs. Because that gentleman is just crushing hot dogs. Bad day to be a hot dog, brother, right there. You gotta love it. Oh, now would you look at that? He's California gold right there, Utah gold. When we come back, the party continues. Thank you so much for joining us. 2 more battles left in the top 32 when we come back.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports has taken me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
Legacy isn't where you come from, it's what you carry forward. It's built year after year, lap after lap. And in those moments, you refuse to give up. And yes, the original JDM motor oil.
Welcome back to Road Atlanta, playing host to round 1 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship and round 2 of the Pro Championship tomorrow. We'll see top 32 as now we have 14 drivers in the top 16. That equates to 2 more battles in our top 32 to forge what we're going to be seeing after the halftime break. Local time is 6:37. We have 2 more battles. We'll have a halftime break, and then we're back here in just 2 hours from this actual time. So less than that, actually. But again, 2 more battles left, so forge our top 16, and our live stream opening ceremonies begins at 8:30 to find out who wins here at round 1. There we are. So let's look at these battles here. Brutskiy versus Bystrak. You got Braden Lanz versus Cameron Sorensen. Jason Webb from South Africa going against Adam Heishman. Dustin Farrell coming to us from Arizona against Chris Leonard. got Corey Talaska versus Casey Kohl.
Nice.
Sam Maghmoumi versus Coty Demster. Jerry Johnson, we just saw and heard from him, the very gregarious, excitable young man. And Shelly Hansen. Then finally, who do we have in those final two battles?
Yeah, those two battles are going to be the winners of between Josh Stuart and Tyler Mayer, Nick Jimenez, and Alan Boss. So just a few more battles here as we get some our own kitty later on the track. And looks like maybe Lanz left a little something on there. Maybe that had something to do with the failure to launch there after that clip. But we got a lot of good equipment here at Road Atlanta here. It'll be cleaned up in a jiffy.
Yes, it will be cleaned up.
Yeah, that's a real measurement of time, Jared.
A jiffy?
Yes.
Like a parsec is not.
I don't know.
Actually, no. A parsec. Yeah, a parsec is a unit of measure, not time. So when Han Solo said he did it, parsecs.
Yeah.
So it was incorrect. So.
You like Star Wars?
Yeah, we just had their May 4th be with you.
I saw May the 4th, and Revenge of the 5th.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep, that was us driving home.
Yeah. Revenge of driving home 6 hours to Arizona. Yep. 2 more battles left. We get the track cleared up, and we are good to go in just a moment. So plenty of things to see and do here during the halftime break. Also tomorrow, like we said, autograph signing 6:45. Myself and Chris Forsberg will be down in the K&N booth. 1:30, Sim Magic. Meet drivers like Adam LZ, Frederick Osbo, Ken Gucci, Jonathan Castro. Also, again, the BC Racing autograph session going down at 1 o'clock. So be there or be square. Tyler Mayer, Josh Stuart. Here is our second to last battle, entering the burnout box here in just a moment. Let's see what they got for us.
Yeah, I forget all these names. We're so deep into the 32 now. We haven't been able to talk about the commander, Josh Stuart, and Tyler Mayer is his debut season here at PROSPEC, coming out of the Pacific Northwest. So there was a lot of drivers here were kind of joking about, when it was raining, a lot of these guys might be in trouble because we had a lot of heavy hitters that were good in the rain.
Yeah.
But luckily, the playing field has been leveled with the Georgia sun. Make some smoke.
Yep, let's see what we got here. Josh Stuart, like you said, the commander. He is definitely a great driver. See what he's done maybe to his vehicle to ramp it up here at round 1 with the debut of it. Have yet to see him do battle. We saw Mayer yesterday in competition. Saw him in the bracket battles to earn his spot here in competition. So Josh Stuart will lead. Tyler Mayer will chase him down. What do we got from the commander? Coming on down the line. Let's see if we get a clean start. Lights are on, and once they go off, it's go time. So we got a proper start from Stuart. Stuart out front. Across the bow, into the outside zone, gets right to the course edge. Stuart and Mayer. Now Stuart up the hill. Quick little correction. Little bobble into outside zone, but then dials it in. Ooh, gets in a lot of dirt there. Good job by Mayer to not follow him and not get disrupted. Just a little bit, but not too shabby. From Mayer now transitioning into that last inside zone. So pretty straightforward. Some mistakes, but again, good proximity. I liked it. I liked the composure from Mayer.
Yeah, and the aggression from Stuart here. I think he dropped a tire just about on every outer zone and getting all the pieces of the rumble strip, but he did a good job of, staying in it. Mayer right there with them the whole way as they charge up the hill. Almost 2 tires dropped there by Stuart. That's going to be a pretty big deficit, along with the tire drop there in that Georgia clay as Mayer not wavered. Showing his tenure here in his freshman year at PROSPEC as he also fills that outer zone 7, which we've been just beating over their heads with a rubber hammer here as they go through the last zone 8 and going back up the hill. So a couple hatchbacks here. We're going to switch it around here. Mayer will get the clean air, and the commander, Josh Stuart, will give chase in his C6 Corvette.
Mayer out front. We'll see if he's the mayor or the president. Regardless, he's always the mayor. Mr. Stuart, and the lights are on, and away we go once they extinguish. Nope, just kidding. Again, another
Boy,
roller.
I'm telling you, that Max is a stickler at the start line, huh?
dropping the hammer. He's not minimum. He is max.
He sure is.
He is not basic. He is maximum. Let's see. Get back into the respective positions. In the slots, in the stables they go. Let's see these ponies throw down. Who is going on to top 16 in the 32 live on Racer Network. Be sure to download the app to watch the finals for free 90 free. Go ahead, download the app and watch every round of Formula Drift competition. Got a clean start. Mayer out front. Stuart chasing him down. Look at all the telemetry there, the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Dude, Stuart loves going off course, man. Oh, and that is way too much. Way too much for Stuart. Mayer, he's going to continue on through the course. Doesn't look like they're going to throw a yellow. Mayer does need to continue on through the entirety of the course. He will have the victory as long as he keeps it where the rubber meets the road. It didn't seem like Mayer did anything to throw Stuart off. There was just too big of a gap there, and it looks like Mayer will continue on up the hill, and that will be a victory. Unfortunately for Josh Stuart, he just overcooks it and ends up in the weeds.
Yeah, I think he felt kind of shook there as little Gapplebees there coming down the road here as wasn't quite in the pocket, just overcooked that fed right into the kitty litter as Mayer is almost getting out of frame here as we zoom out to capture these two gentlemen getting through that horseshoe keyhole, and Mayer does keep it lit there. He was a little wide there, but really doesn't matter at this point as he has got such an advantage here and will be moving on as Stuart burns his last tires here in Atlanta. We'll see him in Stafford.
Yeah, unfortunately for Stuart, that'll be all she wrote, but congratulations to Mayer, a PROSPEC rookie, earning the respect of many. Good job there. Good go for Tyler Mayer. We'll make it official here in a moment with one battle left. Nick Jimenez and Al Like a Boss coming in hot for our last battle. All right, waiting for the official results. Stuart and Mayer, and our final battle to pull up to the line.
Little deliberation going on here in front of us. Interesting.
So she's explaining to him what drifting is right now. So see, what happens is the two cars, they come in, and they're gonna do, but sometimes they hit, but then you're like, all right, but then they keep on.
Sure.
You know, and you got to make sure, you don't want that nervous tension. You got to stay calm, but then all of a sudden it just happens, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then so the other day, I mean, I was ripping down the road just like this, like they're going to show you the wall.
All right, so we got Stuart there in the pink Corvette here in Virtual Land. So we got 2 tires off there, and we're really going to highlight the RDL Wally system here. It's almost going to get out of frame. Yeah, Reese, you want to hop on here and explain what we're looking at?
All right, so yeah, what you guys were seeing in the Wally system, you can see that we had Stuart in the chase going into outside zone 1. You see he drops 2 tires. So when he drops those 2 tires, you can see he picks up some speed because he goes off, comes back on, gets a little bit of grip, car goes to the right, goes off track. So we put that on Stuart, and we have Tyler moving on.
Were you just confirming that 2 or 3 tires off, or what
no, we were just trying to see how everything compounded. So you see he goes off track, comes back on track, gets up grip, messes up, pulls him off track to the right. We viewed that on Stuart.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying it was independent. There was nothing that Mayer did to throw him off?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Kind of doing some due diligence.
Yeah, and taking a look at the data, so
yeah.
utilizing that tool. So thank you very much, Reese Marin. All right, one more battle left, but before that, let's throw it down to Lorette Nickel.
Well, we are standing with the lovely Shelly and her brand new build. It's been an adjustment for you here in Atlanta, going from wet conditions to dry. Do you feel like you're adjusting pretty well?
Yeah, starting out it was a little tricky coming into the wet. I've never driven a car that has a blower on it, so I haven't driven a supercharged car in the wet before, so that was a very humbling experience. But I was actually low-key kind of excited to drive in the wet because it was the perfect opportunity to learn, because I already had no pressure going into seating, and then also I knew I was in the top 32 already, so I was like, actually this is quite optimal. So I was actually really happy to have that wet practice. And yes, I got humbled, and I do need to practice some more on that, and so I will try my best. But yeah, adjusting to the new car has been awesome. It's been a little bit of challenging. It feels more like an electric car almost, like, because it has so much more power than I'm used to. But I just rubbed the old dash and said, let's go make some history together, and it worked out.
I love that for you. So happy, and we'll see you in top 16, Shelly.
Thank you so much, Lorette, as this cowboy is ready to do some time right here, brother. That guy parties. That dude right there, man, holy cow, that guy, he's got,
that's Sam.
He's got a
Sam, what are you doing? Howdy.
All right, well, as we have one more battle, our fans look on in the top 32, Alan Boss and Nick Jimenez. All right, Alan Boss and Nick, both these guys ripping some Nissans, fairly equally matched. We got Alan's mom up here in the booth and Nick Jimenez's lady here in their ear, going to give them their insight on what to expect for our final battle of top 32. Nick Jimenez will lead, Alan Boss chasing him down. Here we go, the final battle 32. Who's going to go against most recent winner, Tyler Mayer, in 16. Jimenez on pace, down the hill, into that first outside zone. Big initiation for Boss, and that is not a good thing. So Boss, yeet fleet.
Yeet works.
Yeah, yeet works now. So he yeeted right into the side of Jimenez, and it did not look
pleasant.
Hopefully that was mostly like wheel to wheel. That was a big one. That was a big hit. I mean, that's
the good thing, their delta, their speed difference between each other wasn't like Jimenez wasn't stopped between Talaska and Ruger. Ruger was stopped in the kitty later, and so the impact was a lot greater. So they were both in the same direction moving, and Boss is able to drive off, but Jimenez is in the beach there. So let's break down to see if we can run it happen here. So Boss is over there, a couple car lengths back, really over rotates. The front end kind of comes over, and just was too aggressive.
He was on the wrong line.
He didn't look comfortable in the car either. So
look at him shoot on the inside.
All four
left
brakes locked up. Just not enough.
I feel like he pushed all the pedals.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. You just mash the controller and hope for the best. But fortunately, we'll be able to yank Jimenez out there. Hopefully the damage is minimal. I mean, kind of clearly see what happened and who was at fault there, but no official word. I don't think Jimenez did anything to bring that upon himself.
All right, well, the kitty litter is Nick Jimenez. Deep Boy will get some tension on it and pull him out. Obviously, he's going to get hands on the car. Like you said, they were hitting kind of door to door or wheel to wheel. You know, when you kind of add an angle, you know, one's 15 degree, one to the other vehicle, that's going to cause more damage to either. But when you go door to door, they kind of obviously no critical parts on the door outside of the driver. But safety is #1 priority. Want to make sure they're okay. So we'll take a look. All right, so green Excel, red D-Cell. So
look
here,
look at how fast the chase is coming in here. See the delta
here.
So Boss is actually on the left. Yeah, you can see the speed difference here. Boss coming in about 4 or 5 miles an hour faster than Jimenez, and there you go. Just yard sailed Jimenez into the beach and off course.
Down by the beach on beach days. Do you happen to have a bucket or a hose, Brew?
You might be able to drive that thing out of there.
Yeah.
Because that right or that left rear wheel looked a little, it's holding there. I guess it didn't look as bad as it, or it wasn't as bad as it looked initially.
A bit of a punt?
Yeah. Well, a hard persuasion.
But, that back, oh boy. Yeah, look at that thing's, is that leaning?
There's definitely a negative camber there in the back, but let's see if it's dog walking up the hill here if he does get on the pavement. Right now he's shaking the rocks, so we don't have an extra cleanup time. But
nice, very courteous of you, Mr. Jimenez.
Oh, we tell him to do that.
No, but regardless, people forget.
And, for sure.
We have told people and they don't do that.
Absolutely.
And drag all the rocks back onto the track. So
he's driving straightish, but I would anticipate Jimenez is going to get 10 minutes here.
All right, so Alan Boss is at fault. So again, you know what I'm ready for? An O'Reilly Guess the Part featuring Dylan Hughes. So let's take a look. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Check this out, it's 2026. We're here at Formula Drift Long Beach, and it is another year of the O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge. And of course, I had to go with my crew chief, Carlos Calderon, the first. Carlos?
Hopefully I get this.
What is that? You gotta dig into it yourself, dude.
It's a box.
He wins!
It's a box. It's gotta be a sensor in here, I hope. Okay. Okay. Washer fluid reservoir.
Oh, it's blue, right? Is
yeah. But see, usually there's like a little floater on it. I'm still gonna say washer fluid reservoir level sensor.
I second that because I haven't seen this yet either.
Yeah,
so.
dog. I won it.
Did he win?
Really?
We really
Dude,
should have done
that was, yeah.
We don't work on stock
Yeah,
cars.
come on.
All
Hey,
right, nicely
well,
done,
hey.
dude. You nailed it. Way to start it off, buddy.
I know
Nicely
some
done.
stuff.
Yeah, he knows about stuff.
Yeah.
This is JC from O'Reilly. JC.
Yes.
Can you tell me what that is?
It looks like something that is in my toilet, maybe.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hint. This is a part for a car. But I love that. She's just like anything, worldwide. Our next victim, Brandon Sorensen, for our 2026 O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge. What that is?
2 wires, a sensor of some sort.
Correct.
It's got holes in it, maybe some sort of map sensor. Level.
Yeah. For the real important stuff that our race cars never have.
Oil level?
Oh, it's this side, isn't it? It's like a
transmission?
Windshield washer.
Windshield washer.
level off of actually our car, a BMW E46.
I've never seen one of these things in my life.
I know, this is the stuff that we don't play with at all, but thank you.
All right, I failed.
Our next victim for the O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge, Derek Madison. What that is?
We're gonna go with a coolant level sensor.
Dude, nicely done. Close. Damn it. Washer fluid level sensor.
Same thing.
I'd consider that a win. I consider that a win.
This is kind of cheating. I ran O'Reilly's for like 8 years, so.
Daddy, chill.
Come on.
It's a microphone.
Microphone. This guy's never interneted before ever in his life. Greg, we're doing the 2026 O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge.
Oh, I love these. I love these.
What is that?
It's not a part, first off. You handed me something really stupid. This goes to a light bulb. But it doesn't light up, it doesn't work.
Greg wins, kinda. It's actually a fluid level sensor.
Oh,
it's windshield washer fluid level sensor. Guess the car.
Saab 9.3.
Dude, nobody's ever guessed that before. That's fantastic.
Wild.
Also goes in airplanes and road vehicles. No.
Universal tool, and you can put it straight in your headlight if you want to. Put 12 volts on it. Was it close? Was I close? Was it a Saab 9.3?
BMW E46.
Oh.
I know. That's a little bit brutal, right?
I think you're gonna give me a good one, an easy one.
None of them are easy.
Adam LZ here to tell you that motorsports is taking me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
Need a little help?
O'Reilly Auto Parts has help. Need some advice? We got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With the Canon Image ProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
Welcome back to The Plot Thickens. The final battle of our top 32 was Alan Boss versus Nick Jimenez. Alan, a little too aggressive in the chase position, punts Jimenez into the kitty litter. So Jimenez is going to get hands on his vehicle and check it out. That's who is down there in the pits. And you can see Lorette as Lorette, it was so convenient for you to match your pants to Nick Jimenez's front wheels. And actually your top matches this. This is your car now.
Yeah.
You actually get the
This
vehicle.
is
Congratulations.
my car. Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, Nick and I talked before this round, so I could match your wheels and also your livery on here. But Nick, there was some damage to the rear wheel, and it looked like some damage to arms, but you're in the car ready to go. What happened out there?
So I just initiated and was trying to, settle the car and then fire off in, the first zone. And I kind of seen Alan on the inside, and he just hit me. And then I went into the gravel. But all we have is a bent camber arm, so it threw the suspension, alignment out of whack. And so I said, just instead of trying to replace, that arm, just get the wheel straightened out and we'll just deal with it.
Well, I'll get out of your way, and we'll get Nick back on track for the final battle.
Thank you so much, Lorette. As we take a look here once again at our race data labs, we lovingly call it and nickname it Wally. It's a play on words.
Yeah, just look at this. Is a really cool system here. We can see the difference in the miles per hour and just the right up until impact there, the angle, and you can just see the Alan just in the wrong place at the way too fast time. And Jimenez is out in the ether out there in Wally land.
Wally land.
Yeah.
Is that where we're at?
That's where Jimenez was.
Yeah, he was out there quite a bit.
But that's a good move on their team to adjust that out. You have such an advantage here going into the second half of the battle that keep the arm in there, adjust it out as far as possible, and put a chase run down to complete the run and hopefully get the win in here. You're just talking about metal mohawks. Look at this, kids.
Woo! Look at this guy. He's spiked up. What's up, man? Let's go. Look, that guy likes to party, dude. And look at this. I don't know the relation, mom or who it is, but she got some funky hair too. I'm here for it. Thanks for joining us out here. Drift fans of all ages.
Look at that.
Jimenez, very soft-spoken gentleman, a talented driver. I'm excited to see him back out here. He's obviously got some stickers on the tires, got some freshies.
4 minutes to spare. That's commendable. I like that. Just let's get the show rolling. Like I said, he's at such an advantage here that he can't really go wrong. He just needs to make an active chase at this point to continue.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy. Doesn't need to be a hero in that chase position. Unfortunately for Alan, just coming in a little too hot. Yeah, dude. She's like, why did you bring me here? I don't even like cars. Jeez. It's Friday. Sunday's Mother's Day. My mom's going to kill. We got to be there. All right. Let's enter that burnout box, baby. Again, Nick Jimenez. Oh, look at. I feel like we're playing like the shell game. Where's the ball? You shuffle the hats to see where it's at. Look at
that.
All these big drift energy, dude. All big Jeff Jones.
Where's the real wizard hiding?
Andy Hately, yeah. All right, enter the burnout box. Last battle of our top 32, local time 7:02. And we will be back here for our live stream at 8:30. So about an hour and a half from this juncture that we're back here for our driver introductions. and our competition. Our top 16 Link Engine Management, as our fans are super chilling. Great weather right now. A little, just a little gray. No wind, a little gray, but it could get cold, it could get hot. We've seen all the weather over 23 years. We're up in the judges stand. This thing's almost blown over. Like, we've been up and we're like, get out of the booth. Like,
you ever seen snow in an empty event? Has it been that close?
No. All right, here we go. Regardless, it's about to rain. We're talking about rain and some drift cars as Mr. Boss out front. He initiates Nick Jimenez. He tracks him down. Boss goes tight on that inside clip. Now heading up the hill goes Alan Boss. Now up the hill into that outside zone 5. Boss hits that outside zone. Now bring it on through. And like we said, it needs to be decent. But, again, 6 minutes to fix that car and what maybe there's something they can't see. But, again, as far as alignment and all that, I think that's a smart strategy. Get it out there, expedite, get it going. But that's going to be an easy win for Nick Jimenez. Unfortunately, Alan Boss too aggressive on initiation. Punts Jimenez into the kitty litter, fixes it, and we're back on track. So it looks like that will be an easy victory for Mr. Nick Jimenez, originally from Hollister, California. Him and his lovely lady getting the advancement on. Great job. All right, so here it is. Let's make it official. Slide him left for Nick Jimenez. Gets the victory and advances on into the top 16. Our 16 is set. So congratulations to all our victors. We'll introduce them to you. Local time, 8:30, just about an hour and a half. So again, 7:04 local time. And here is the bracket. Brutskiy versus Bystrak. Lanz, a newcomer here, 15 years old, against the 14-year-old Cameron Sorensen. Jason Webb versus Heishman. Dustin Farrell versus Chris Leonard. Talaska versus Kohl. Maghmoumi versus Demster. Johnson versus Hansen. And finally, Mayer versus Jimenez.
Awesome lineup here. I can't wait.
Good battles. Thank you so much, Matt.
Well, thank you.
All right, we'll be back here in just about an hour and a half. Enjoy the halftime break. But come back with a Rockstar energy drink in your hand, because we're not stopping until we find out who wins round 1 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship here at the iconic Road Atlanta.